So what exactly is the current mentality? You have some confidence level because after yesterday's test, I think like no, maybe a little less as such, but it is anticipated. I said no. Second is going to be very tough. Third, it's not going to be so easy. So all these mock tests is basically a mental preparation. All right. So first of all, I'll tell you like no, what is the necessity of this program today? Like no, so why I thought like no, I should make it. I'll tell you. So first of all, what you can expect in this 1 or 2 hours in this revision series. So basically, we are going to kind of analyze all these questions from 2011 to 2022. And yesterday, one of fresher asked, "Sir, already we have discussed this in the class. So why again?" I said, "It's not about studying; it's about revision. Even though, I've discussed in the class, lot many people make the same mistakes again in the same previous question paper. That's because lack of revision. It's not about how much you study; it's about how many times you revise. So at least a 4-time revision is required. So hopefully, so I guess like no, you should have revised at least once previous question papers. But this time, what I do is that I've taken the exact UPSC paper, exactly UPSC FD, how they give in the classroom in your exam. No, so I've taken that. So we're going to completely do analytics today. So how the question distribution is. So what kind of questions, easy, medium, difficult questions are there? So how, which question you should answer? So that is what. So today, like no, so the very purpose is that like no, so it's a collaborative learning. Why I say it's a collaborative learning opportunity? Because so we have to see that like no, how your fellow students also answer it. Even though most of you have gone through that, but still what you have to do is that you mark the questions and then you mark the answers also. So you analyze like no, how many questions you're putting it right or wrong, and then I'll tell you like no, how your fellow students like no, your friends have kind of answered it. Why? Because so I used to keep on saying that you should never make a mistake in those questions which everyone makes it correct. Is it not? அப்போ சிம்பிளா என்னன்னா, ஸோ தமிழ்லேயே சொல்றேன், இதுல இங்கிலீஷ் ஆல்சோ, தெரிஞ்ச கொஸ்டினை தப்பு பண்ணக்கூடாது, தெரியாத கொஸ்டினை தொடக்கூடாது. So never make a mistake in an easy question which is known to everyone, and never attend a question which is not known to anyone. So you have to identify that. So you have to identify which is known to me, which is not known to me, which I should skip, which I should attend, go for it. So that is something like you learn from your friends, because as I said, like here you have a mixture of all these people. Your scene is also there, so you can kind of get inputs from them also. All right. Secondly, as I said, distribution. So from 1 to 100, like how the questions are. So whether it is kind of like or 10 questions from polity, 10 questions from economy, illa 2 questions from polity, again after 10 questions, 2 questions from polity, like that. So how the distribution is and the difficult level also. And definitely like I'll tell you like which should not be attended also. And very specifically like you will know time management. So or easy questions, so how long you should take for a easy question and how much time you shouldn't spend. So time is a very big factor. So UPSC, there is a proportion. The more time you take, the less chances you get it right. And there is a time limit also. You should not spend more than a specific time in a specific question. So that means time management, because UPSC recently asking very lengthy questions, lengthy statements. That is also. And lastly, like so hopefully this should build a confidence as such, like because the first 2 mock tests being like even though the standard may be high, but the difficulty level is very high. So that is the reason why I thought like maybe I should instill some confidence, because like how the questions could be and all. So that is what I'm going to do. So we'll start with, first of all, how the mock test should be taken. All right, first I'll, how many of you have written last year's mock test? Yeah, I mean, seniors here. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to check with those people like how they have well utilized that or not. I know mock test, even if you're taken from Shankar or from any other academy, see at the end of the day, like all you people like we want you to clear. Nothing wrong in that. I know I'm from Shankar. I'm getting money from Shankar. That doesn't mean that like I don't say that you should not take test series from other academies. Every one of us in our academy, we want you to clear. So you can take any other test series, so and so academy also, as long as it is good, you can take it. But that is one catch you have to keep in mind. Don't keep on again now reading all the mock right now. So right now the time for studying is done. From now on, it's only revision. From today, from now at least, don't study anything new. All right. Now I'll make a comparison. So how the questions could be. By this time, you should have anticipated certain things. Okay, this year, sir, I'm expecting questions from this specific topic, like that. So last year, like no, we had three mock test and all. This year I not take questions. Last year I had taken questions like 1/3 of the questions or 1/4 of the questions kind of thing. So I'll tell you like how I kind of took the questions, how I anticipated, how it got reflected. I'm comparing only to mock test. If we take like no pre-fit, pre-storming, it will be huge. But I am telling only in the mock test like no how it is reflected, how you should have answered it. Fine. So let me start with the last year's mock test. Like no, this was asked in last year's mock test. So what is the answer? Like no, don't forget about the things which is highlighted. Just tell me like no, what is the answer for this one? Just a minute. Just go through first. So just go through. When I ask the answer, you tell me. Sanjay, online எப்படி பார்க்குறது நானு டேரக்டா யூடியூப் சேனல் போயிடலாமா கொஞ்சம் நெட் கனெக்ட் பண்ணுங்கப்பா what is the answer for this one answer is D. Okay, so whenever you are studying this answer, so you have to not just kind of stick to the correct answer, you have to you have to kind of like by heart, or you have to analyze the other wrong statements also. All right, so this is a wrong statement, so other three are correct, right? Fine, just keep in mind. Okay, this one. It's a 10-second question. You should not take more than 10 seconds. What is the answer? C. Okay, so initially it was not there. So once you go through the question, what should come to your mind? What should come to your mind? First of all, initially the commencement of the constitution, was it there? It was not there. It was added on later on. In the obligation shall clear, it was not kind of a part of the constitution at the commencement, it was added later on. Okay, fine. So this is the question they asked in 2020, last year. First statement, correct or wrong? Request a recommendation or not? Wrong. So this is kind of statement. Is it not? Fine. Is it obligatory? The same thing. Third one. Is there any provision for joint sitting? So what will happen? If there is a deadlock, disagreement, what will happen? It has to be passed again by both the houses. All these three statements, you see, next consecutive, orate is subsequent, consequent, like no questions, like all these three statements came. So basically, whenever you go through the question papers, previous question papers, or the pre-fit, pre-storming test series, whatever it is, don't leave out any option. Take every option, be prepared. So you should not leave anything which you are prepared. That is the first mantra. Whatever you have studied, whatever you have attended, never leave it as such, because it will be reflected. Fortunately, last year repeated. All right, fine. This year also, hopefully. All right. So this question, similarly, last year mock test, like no. So this is a question related to impeachment. What is the answer for this one? It's again 10-second question. You should not take more than 10 seconds. B for Bombay, D for Delhi. Why it is divided? How many of you saying for Bombay? How many of you saying Delhi? Not funny. Why? It's an easy question. I said like no. Most of you are not answering. Answer is B for Bombay people. Not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the house. That is one of the unique thing. I said this is this majority applies only for the impeachment of. This will apply for what? D will apply for what? No, not vice president. A removal of judges, good. Approve. Constitutional amendment bill, good. Basically these two things. One is about like no impeachment of president, and the second is Constitution Amendment Bill under 368, procedure under 368 as such, like, so this is what. Apo, and what about majority of all the then members? So whenever you're studying this answer as such, so which will apply? Majority of all the then members, engal apply ago. Removal of the presiding officers. Removal of the presiding officers, that includes speaker, deputy speaker, vice president also. But only one thing, like, remember, you have to keep in mind. So with respect to speaker, deputy speaker, and deputy chairman, only in the respective house, whereas in the case of vice president, in both the houses. And there is one more condition. First, it has to be introduced only in EPRI. So when you study this question, all these, when the statements, everything should come to your mind. If it don't come to your mind, go and make a note it immediately. Fine. Sorry. Okay, fine. This is, I expected. You see, I said it's an easy question. Ana, majority of people here either did not answer it. Only some 10 people answered it here. Not even 10% of the people here. That means, ingada, you are losing your chances. Means you are not properly revised this one. Because I've said in the class also so many times, it's very important, very important. Now, the question is, this is about national emergency. Again, a mock test question. Tell me. Okay, bro. YouTube channel photo. Webinar chat. Okay, no problem.
Simply 200 number.
Okay.
Now we can promote.
All right. Sorry. Answer is A. Because what is the right statement here? 1 year at a time with an approval of Parliament for. Why have we emphasized on it? Every statement is approval of not just Lok Sabha, Parliament is also required. And similarly, revocation of Lok Sabha alone is sufficient. You need not wait for the revocation of the approval of Rajya Sabha. For approval, both the houses. For revocation, one house is enough. Okay, that to Lok Sabha is enough. Okay, so these are the statements. Fine. Now, another question also. First statement correct or wrong? Second statement? False. Who has a special powers? Council of States. Okay, all these things should come to mind. 248, so 240 residual, 249, 250, 252, 253. All these things come to your mind. Okay, fine. Now, this is the UPSC question here. So the question here it is, which of the following are the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha? Okay, exclusive powers of Lok Sabha. That is a topic like we have studied also, right? Special powers of Rajya Sabha, where Rajya Sabha has greater powers than Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha greater. So here they're asking Lok Sabha has special powers. First one. First statement is correct. Because both the houses. So this is exactly the statement here I've asked, right? Approval. It has to be approved by both the houses. Indirectly it means, okay, fine. So to pass a motion of no confidence, that means this is the statement. House of People. Council of Ministers is responsible to House of People. Okay, fine. The third one. Impeach the president. So here the correct statement is exclusive powers only with respect to two only is the answer. Okay, fine. So similarly, this is how you have to prepare. Fine. Never leave any statements. Okay, fine. Another statement also. And like anti-defection, every time it happens, every year it happens, be it in the assembly or anything like that. So we anticipated. So I took a question, probably to kind of bring in all the elements. So this was a statement I asked. So the question is, a nominated member joins any political party before the expiry of 6 months from the date on which he takes. Does it lead to disqualification or not? So within 6 months, he can join. All right, fine. So statement is false. He can join, but he cannot join after 6 months. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the three direct questions. Like, I expected, not I expected in the sense, based on the current affairs, so I have framed, because as I said, I have not included others questions also. I have not included the other pre-storming also. You see, out of 10 questions in polity, 3 questions directly came from the statements. So I'm telling you the importance of mock test. Anywhere you take it, definitely there'll be a reflection. And secondly, with respect to speaker, I expected, because speaker, there was an article. There was a case also in the Delhi High Court. What does the case means? Sir, for the past 800 days, there is no deputy speaker, which is against the constitutional mandate. Opposition parties, they kind of file a case in the Delhi High Court. Because right now there is a deputy speaker or not? who was the previous deputy speaker, previous Lok Sabha, Tambidurai of ADMK. So are they from ruling party or opposition? So how do you determine they are ruling or opposition party? Based whether they're part of the government or not. In the previous Lok Sabha from 2014 to 19, the ADMK party of Jayalalitha, whether they were part of the government or not. No, they were never part. So they considered to be opposition. So now the deputy speaker was given to opposition. But right now, from 2019, there is no deputy speaker. That is the reason why a case was filed. And a specific article also was kind of came. I'll just show that article also, but try to answer this. So I expected, because I expected something about deputy speaker, they're going to ask it. But I asked a question which mostly people used to confuse. All right. But I never expected these statements. It has nothing to do with that. Definitely, I cannot claim, our institute cannot claim for this one. All right, because just because speaker came, we cannot claim everything. All right. But we anticipated. I anticipated. Sometimes definitely question is going to come. And this is the question they asked. What is the answer for this question? You know? Think 40-50 seconds, no problem, nothing wrong in that. First statement is correct. Okay, second statement, second is so this is a multiple statement. First, second thing is wrong. So once you make it second as wrong, what is the probable answer? 1 and 3 or 3 and 4. Okay, so 3 is there. So now you have even more choice, 1 or 4. Just one, any one wrong, any one correct. So 1 is already correct, you said, no? So ensure 4th is wrong. Is 4th wrong? Is 4th wrong? It's not by it's pretty much a logic here, right? So what is the logic here? So deputy speaker is that the motion is moved by the speaker and duly seconded by the prime minister, means it's simple logic that so already there is a bias that speaker is favoring towards a ruling party. So if it is kind of prime minister does for deputy speaker also, so it is very much against the principle against bias, right? So that is the reason why like not be eliminated. Fine. So first things first, so I'll tell you, like, no, don't take like no any more questions, like no less important. Any mock test you have attended, any pre-storming you attended, this 1 week full you're going to attend all the previously attended things only. All right. So for instance, I'll tell you, next third mock is coming. Okay, each day take one subject. All right. All the questions you have attended previously with respect to the specific subject, take it the one whole day, at least for 5-6 hours. You just revise those questions only. Maybe at the evening, take your notes or take Lakshmikant, whatever it is, just go through that. This is the way. Dedicate one for each subject. From now on, as I said, don't discuss anything new. Say, now I'm coming to the questions as such. Fine. First, we'll directly go to the questions. So we'll directly answer the questions. Shall we go from reverse or like no from 2011? You tell me. A video issue, Ampa. Sanjay. Wait, people. Kindly wait, people. I'll just ask them to rectify. Huh? Oh, board clarity இல்லையா என்னாச்சு visibility people visibility is poor or like no it's lagging, tell me please kindly. Video isn't clear, visibility, okay fine. Light off nilama palati even light off pani paranga Sanjay. Wait people, I'll check it. I'll check it. என்ன எப்படி போலப்பா 2011 இருந்து வருமா சரி okay fine. So this is the exact, I have taken everything, I have downloaded from official websites. All right, so this is the actual thing. So இதெல்லாம் பாத்துக்கிங்களா எப்படி இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ்லாம் இருக்கும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. Okay, so those instructions like no it's given and so I'll tell you the questions. Screen sharing must help. Okay pa, I'll do that also. The screen sharing வேணா இது பண்ணலாமா பண்ணிருங்க. All right people, okay yeah I'll do that, don't worry people, I'll do that. Just a minute. Okay, So you also try to write it like, I'll just name the questions. I'll share all these PDFs also. All right. After this class also gets over, again you just go through that. All right. I'll name the questions also. You name the questions like 2011. What are the questions? And name it, and you try to answer it. Answer pannunga. You try to answer whether it is what is the option, and if the option you have written is wrong, write the correct option also. So that like no, I've taken all these from the official key. No need to dispute anything. Okay, no disputes, nothing. So all these things I've taken from the official key only. All right. So 2011 paper, people online now able to get it. Is it fine? Huh. Is it fine? No, sir. No, I don't know. Like, is it fine means like no issues, right? Or else no, sir. What is the meaning of this no, sir? Like, words are still blurry. No, this is because the problem lies in the UPSC itself. Like, no, not here. Wait, I'll enlarge it. I'll enlarge it. See, first 2011 question and 12 question will be like not so good, people, because like they have scanned it very poorly. So that is the reason why. Rest of our other questions will be good. Or if you have anything like even if you have like 2011 question with you, you can see that. Sorry, okay, fine. So 2011 question, first question number 11 note பண்ணிக்கங்க. Noted question number 11. You tell me the right answer. So first application, just general things only, then you can go for it. First application, multiple statements, try to find out the elimination. Go for it. First of all, read it. Actions பண்ணக்கூடாது, வெளியில சவுண்ட் இருக்கக்கூடாது, யூ ஷுட் நாட், இதெல்லாம் பண்ணீங்கன்னா லைக் நோ உங்க ஃபெல்லோ அந்த இருக்காங்களே காம்படிட்டர்ஸ். What is the answer? Answer is C. Okay, you write the answers. I'll tell you like how exactly next other things and all. Okay, you write your answer, then I'll tell you discuss. Okay, next question is question number 33. What is the answer? Okay, you have written answer, right? You write the answer. Okay, I've given the options. You write the answer, then I'll tell you. Next question number 34. Done. Next question. Can we go for next question? 10-second question. Sure. 37. All right. Very easy question. Next is 44. Which of the following is not a fundamental duty? I'm sorry. The other two options. All right, easy. Next is 45, but little bit of outdated, but still not. This is not a outdated question. This is a correct question. Done answer? Yes, everyone. People, you don't need to mention it to me. People online, you can kind of kindly write on your own. So after that, we'll check it. Once we write it, we'll check it. Everything. 46. Okay, whichever question you left out, like no, I'll come back. Don't worry. நம்மள்ட்ட ஸ்டாப் வாட்ச் இருக்காப்பா, ஸ்டாப் வாட்ச் மாதிரி இருக்கா, இல்லாட்டி ஃபோனில் யூஸ் பண்ணணும். சரி, got it. Next is question number 46, 73. Question number 73. All right, fine. Okay, so these are so totally how many questions they have asked? 9 or 10 appa? 9 தான் இருக்கா? Okay, maybe I would have missed it. Oh, one more question. I'm sorry. One more question is there. Sorry, we forgot one more question. 73 done, no? This question. Option பார்க்கலையா? 73rd option. சரியா? Next 74th, the last question is 74th. I'll show the options. இது வந்து one or two statements தான். One or two statements, you know the option, right? One only, two only, both, neither. அவ்வளவு. So it's almost 50 seconds. Like, if you take more time, if you don't get the answer, better don't write it. All right. Sorry. Okay, done with it. So option may be either one only, two only, both, or neither. All right, fine. So totally 10 questions. So why we are taken from 2011, everyone knows, because 2011 the option was taken away, like a complete overhaul. The hint 2010 they gave it as such, like what kind of questions they're going to ask in 2010. Let me change it UPSC after DP Agarwal, when he kind of took over as UPSC chairman. All right. Siri, ipo answers la solra. You kind of noted down like how many answers you have got it correct first. For question number, you tell me the questions one by one. We'll go first 11. Yeah. I'll go for the official. I'm not taking my answer. I will go for the official one itself. Question number 11, the answer is D. D for Delhi. All right. Is it correct? I'll come for that. So D for Delhi is the official key. Okay. Sorry, I'll come for it. Yeah, probably we would have written it wrong. District Planning Committee comes under what? 73rd or 74th? 73rd itself. Sorry. Okay, I'll come to that. Okay, first statement itself, like no, because what we discussed in class, what is the official key? That is the difference. Okay, fine. Add the next question number 30. 33. Question number 33, the answer is what is the answer? C. Answer is C. That is 1 and 3. So why the second is wrong? Second is wrong, like you might know that because President of India, there is no nomination in Lok Sabha first of all. All right, as of now. So then it was only Anglo-Indian. So second you can eliminate, but by eliminating like these two options, like you are left with 1 and 3 only. But you have to know whether 3 is there or not. So this program right now is there or not? Go and see that, like it's a very important program. 15-point program is a very important program. It's still there. Like who are the minorities which are there? All right. Later on, 2014, a specific community was added in minority. You know that? Which community was added in 2014? Jain community was added. So till 2014, Jain community was not added. Only in 2014 January, Jain community was added. So you have to know about minorities. As I said, in rights issues also, reading about minorities is very important. They can ask questions also. All right, fine. This is kind of maybe it's a kind of easy question only, but going by your faces, maybe I'll keep it as medium as such. Fine. Next question. Next question, pa 30, 34. 34. It's again kind of difficult question, but tell me why is it difficult question? Because lot many people took this question and got it wrong, including myself. I wrote that year. 34. The answer is D for Delhi. So all those people who thought as C, you're on my side previously, but not right now. You should not be. So why second is kind of correct? Because as such, like preferential allotment of land is it's a kind of right which is provided in the law itself. Preferential allotment of land is provided. Okay, fine. So 34 நிறைய பேர் எடுத்து தப்பு பண்ணிருப்பீங்க ஒன்னு 34 like that. Next question for 30. 36 and all, no error should be. இதெல்லாம் error. This question, if you make any mistake, better don't give prelims this year. இதுதான் நான் சொல்றது சிம்பிளா. இதெல்லாம் தப்பே பண்ணக்கூடாது. What is the answer for 36? B for Bombay. 37 also very easy. C. 37 is C. Upper next question. 40. 44. This is also very easy. இதெல்லாம் தப்பே பண்ணக்கூடாது. 44. What is the answer for? A. 44 is A. அப்புறம் 45 இதுதான் 45. It's not so easy, but answer is D for Delhi. Answer is D for Delhi. How many of you got it correct here? How many of you got it wrong here? Okay, no problem. It's kind of medium to this only. 46 is a tricky question. 46 answer is 45 D. Solid answer. 43. Oh, sorry, 43 solliya. So what is the answer for 43? Oh, attend only. I'm sorry, people. I forgot. I'm sorry. Forgot. What is the answer? 43. D for Delhi. Okay. D for Delhi. What is the answer for this one? 46. D. 46 answer is D. A. Answer official answer is D only. See where you can go mistake as such, like no, in all the classes I've discussed, like no, people have doubt about question number 2, statement number 2. But if statement number 2, like no, if you want to eliminate, so what will happen? Either it will be 1 only or 3 only, but both are required, right? UPSC gives you that logic. Both are required, like no, so that is the reason why you can't have an option of 1 and 3 without 2. So go for 1, 2, and 3. Okay, fine. Next one. Next question is 73. Question number 73. What is the answer for 73? Official key says A. A. It's very easy because the keyword here it is what? This one, sole responsibility. The keyword here it is sole responsibility. So this is also kind of incorrect. So this is 73Z. Okay, this is the question, like again tricky. 74. What is 74? Answer is, sorry, how many people for A? B, C, D. எல்லாத்துக்கும் பாவம் பார்த்து எல்லாம் நாலு கை தூக்கிருக்கீங்க. A ஒரு 5 people, B ஒரு 10 people, C like அப்பவே தெரிஞ்சிச்சு அந்த கொஸ்டின். It's better to leave the question, but still we have to know that. எதுக்காக? So the answer is B, 2 only. அப்போ 2 only, why first is wrong? So vote on account right now it is there or not? What is vote on account simply? Right now it is there or not? See, because passing a budget previously prior to 2017, it takes a lot of time. So in between that 1.5 months, 2 months time period, you need money to kind of spend on it because the permission is already expired. So that kind of permission is called as vote on account. Okay, that is called as appropriation, vote on account. Okay, and interim budget. So when an interim budget is passed, being a lawyer, like injunction is very important, right? Okay, what is that interim budget as? Idekala budget. When the new government is elected first time, but before that, assume that like no 2024 la, like the last budget will be passed like in February, but 2014 May itself, like no, the legislature will be over. All right, so for the next 1 year they cannot pass it. Maybe they can come, they may not come. So that is the reason why temporarily they'll pass it. So that is the reason it's called as what? Interim budget. Now, so second one, a vote on account only deals with the expenditure. Well, interim budget includes both expenditure receipt. That's correct. But why this is wrong? Because interim budget is a provision used only by a caretaker government. What is a caretaker government now? 1999 situation. Okay, 1999 Vajpayee missed by 1 vote the confidence. 279 is to 269 in favor of the government, 270 against the government. No one came forward to form the government. So what happened? Lok Sabha dissolved. But elections cannot happen immediately. 6 months time period is there in the constitution, right? Upon 6 months, who will be taking care of the government? So president will say that till the time elections are conducted, till the time next government is elected, you be the prime minister. That is the reason it is called as what? Caretaker. So they also, so only caretaker the panna mudiyuma illa. Even a regular government, the last year before that, like the last year, like when it is going to over, they can pass it. So that is the reason first statement is wrong. Now, any other question left out? Okay, fine. I'll come to the first question as such. So first question, like no, so you tell me like no, where exactly this district planning committee is? District planning committee is okay. It's in. It is by 73rd or 74th. It should be 74. Then why it is given here as a 73rd? That is one big puzzle I also have. So sometimes UPSC like no. So which article is to district planning committee? 243. Remember Z? E, H. So it's a D. Fine. Now when you say like no 243 Z, it's all about 74th, right? So sometimes like no. So I'll come to this question also later on. Like no, there are some questions like no UPSC still we have a dispute. So keep this apart from question number 11. So out of these 10 questions, how many of you got like more than 5 correct? That's good. That's good. And how many of you attended this interim budget thing and got it wrong? 2 statement question. Again, something which you never studied, or if you don't know, if you're not familiar, don't go for it. All right. Now, as I said, like no, these 3 questions. In the 3 questions, question number 40, question number 36, question number 37, question number 44. If these 3 questions, if someone has made a mistake, it's very serious that you have to start studying. Purida? These 3 questions, so definitely you should not have answered. Now let us see a graph also later on, like no, how the questions could be like no, one easy question, suddenly one difficult questions, or like suddenly one moderate question, some easy question again. So it will be like that. So I will analyze that easy difficulty level later on. All right. Fine. Next question quickly. We'll go through that. Now you understood, right? So we'll go through the other questions also quickly. So 2012 next. 2012. Question number 1. Okay, people want to answer 44th. Okay, wait, I'll see. Okay, I'll answer, clear all your doubts later on. People will complete the questions. Then I'll kind of, you make a note of that questions, which question you have a doubt. We'll discuss that. It's about Pesa. What is the role of Gram Sabha? Okay, next question. Answered, no? Question number 2. So, question number 4 next. So the options are, no, it's already in screen sharing only, pa. Screen sharing porliya. ஆக மணிதா. Issues இருக்கா screen sharingல? Oh, just adjust with this 1 and 2 only, people, like thereafter. Thereafter, like in the second, I'll read the statements also if you want, like for these 2 questions only. All right. Right to healthy environment constituted as a part of right to life under Article 21. Provisions of grants for raising the level of administration in the scheduled areas for the welfare of scheduled tribes under Article 275 Clause 1. Powers and functions of Gram Sabha as mentioned under Article 243A. All right. So answer is either 1, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Fine. Yeah, kindly bear with this question alone. Like rest of it will go. Okay. Question number 6 next. Consider the following provisions under the directive principles of state policy as enshrined in the Constitution of India. Number 1, securing the citizens of India uniform civil code. Number 2, organizing village panchayats. Number 3, promoting cottage industries in rural areas. Number 4, securing for all the workers reasonable leisure and cultural opportunities. Which of the above are Gandhian principles that are reflected in the DPSP? You can write the answers now. So first statement, securing the uniform civil code. Number 2 is village panchayats. Number 3 is promotion of cottage industries. Number 4 is securing for all the workers reasonable leisure and cultural opportunities. Which of them from among these 4? It's a Gandhian principle. All right. Okay. Next question. Question number 7. Consider the following statements. The UTs are not represented in the Rajya Sabha. It is within the purview of CEC to adjudicate the election disputes. According to the Constitution of India, the Parliament consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha only. One only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 none. Which are correct? No need the answer like you write it. Next is question number 8. It's a right-based question. With reference to consumers' rights, privileges under the provisions of law in India, which of the following statements is or are correct? Consumers are empowered to take samples for food testing. When a consumer files a complaint in any consumer forum, no fee is required to be paid. In case of death of a consumer, his legal heir can file a complaint in the consumer forum on his behalf. One only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Next question number 9. Regarding the office of Speaker, Lok Sabha Speaker, consider the following statements. He or she holds office during the pleasure of President. He or she need not be a member of the House at the time of her election, but has to become a member of the House within 6 months from the date of his election. If she intends to resign, the letter of resignation should be addressed to the Deputy Speaker. Which are correct? இப்போ ஆன்லைன்ல எல்லாருக்கும் இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குப்பா. இல்ல சரியா it is not visible னே சொல்றாங்களே. Okay, fine. This question like no have written the answer. Question number 9. Okay, next one. Question number 10. Question number 9. Question number 10. Which of the following are included in the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court? A dispute between the government of India and one or more states, a dispute regarding elections to either House of Parliament and state legislature, a dispute between the government of India and Union Territory, a dispute between the 2 or more states. Okay. Sorry. Next question number 30. Which of the following special powers have been conferred to the Rajya Sabha by the Constitution, on the Rajya Sabha by the Constitution? To change the existing territory of a state and to change the name of a state. To pass a resolution empowering the parliament to make laws in the state list and to create one or more all India services. To amend the election procedure of the president and to determine the pension of the president after his retirement. To determine the functions of EC and to determine the number of election commissioners. Done. It's an easy question. Next is 30. 35. Fine. Okay. Which of the following are the methods of parliamentary control over public finance in India? Number one, placing annual financial statement before parliament. Withdrawal of monies from the Consolidated Fund of India only after the passing of appropriation bill. Provisions of supplementary grants and vote on account. A periodic or at least a mid-year review program of the government against the macroeconomic forecast and expenditure by a parliamentary budget office. And lastly, introducing finance bill in the parliament. So in the five statements, which are the methods of parliamentary control? Among these five statements. It's a lengthy question. You can spend time, but there is one catchphrase only. ஒரே catchphrase தான் அதுல. சரி. Next question. LVH answer? Next question. Question number 40. Next. Done? Question number 51. What is the importance of the office of CAG? Other than ensuring the public funds are used efficiently, what is the importance of the office of CAG? Read these four. Done. Look at the statements now. CAG exercises exchequer control on the behalf of Parliament, and the President of India declares emergency. Statement number 1. CAG reports on the execution of projects which are discussed by the PAC. Information from CAG reports can be used for investigation agencies. The CAG has certain judicial powers also with respect to prosecution. No, only for the statements I'm giving you that option, people online now understand. So I'm showing you first of all the statements, and thereafter for the options only, because like you have to kind of cross check with the options, right? That is the reason why. Okay, only for this paper. From next paper, if it is not visible, I'll take a word format and then I'll give it. See, the very purpose I want to show it is that you have to see that in the actual UPSC paper. That is the only objective. If it is not clear, we'll change it, don't worry. All right, so question number, this is what is question number 51. Next one, question number 53. Question number 53. The Prime Minister of India at the time of his appointment. The Prime Minister of India at the time of his appointment. The easy question. Okay. Done. Next question number 54. Done. Delimitation Commission. All right. Question number 56. What is the duty of the president? Okay, what are the reports which needs to be submitted? First report is reports of Finance Commission. Second is reports of PAC. Third is report of CAG. Fourth is report of NCSC. So A 1 only, B 2 and 4 only, C 1 3 and 4 only, D 1 2 3 and 4. Done. Okay. Next is 57. In case of a deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, there is a joint sitting. Only during the passage of what? Ningle answer directly 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 3 only. After that, you can see the options also. You tell me the answer. What is the answer for this one? Huh? 1 and 1 only, then. Answer another. No need to wait for the options and all. 57, like you see that. Sorry, 59. Next is 59. 59. No, next time we'll see that. Like if it is not visible, we'll go otherwise. Don't worry. In the show. 2017 la 22 questions highest. ஏன்னா அதுக்கு முன்னாடி 2016 5 questions தான். So UPSC used to kind of change its strategy. Last time polity they did not ask her. This time too much. Sometimes I'll discuss that also. How many questions like no break? I'll discuss that also. Pannu first முடிச்சிருவோம் சீக்கிரம். 59 it's an easy question. Which of the following is or among the fundamental duty is preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect the weaker sections from social injustice, to develop scientific temper and spirit of inquiry, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity. Easy. 59. 60 is very lengthy. What is the provision to safeguard the autonomy of Supreme Court of India? While appointing the Supreme Court judges, the President of India has to consult the Chief Justice of India. The Supreme Court judges can be removed by the Chief Justice of India only. We'll better answer here itself. Definitely know the answer, because like now every time like this is a very two things are it will be taking time also, right? Better we'll study that. While appointing the Supreme Court judges, the President of India has to consult Chief Justice. Yes or no? The Supreme Court judges can be removed by the Chief Justice of India only. Second is wrong. Automatically second is wrong na. No, second is wrong, which so only one option could be eliminated. Sorry, one na. One correct. So two has to be eliminated, one has to be there. One option na. Simple. A. So 60 is A. Next question. Question number 60 questions. So we'll see the answers quickly. What are the questions? I'll tell you whether it's an easy question or tough question which you should have answered. Question number 1. What is the answer? Question number 1. Answer is B for Bombay. Why B for Bombay? Why the third statement is wrong? Because the keyword is it's not for any minerals, only for minor minerals. That's the keyword. So the previous thing they have given one question: sole responsibility, extreme statements. Pathingla clue. Sole responsibility. Inga vandu any, all, and any minerals is the problem here. So third statement eliminate pannale. Answer is 1 and 2 only, or 1 only. Of course, who has the ownership of minor forest produce? Gram Sabha. So where is the word minor forest produce have been defined? Pre-swarming question. Forest Rights Act. Very good. Forest Rights Act. It is mentioned. So we have asked that in the pre-swarming also. You have to know that also. Fine. Because this minor forest produce is one of the very frequently asked questions, be it in current affairs also, economics also, they used to ask these questions. Fine. Sorry, not in economics, environment time. Okay, next question, pa. Question number 2, very easy question. Answer is A. Very easy question. You should not have made a mistake. It's a very straightforward question. Question number 2. Question number 4. Quite tricky, but still easy only. Question number 4, the answer is A, 1 only. Now, why this alone correct? Because this is what is given in the preamble. Article 21 includes right to life, includes right to healthy environment also. Now, why this is wrong? Powers and functions of Gram Sabha 243A comes under which part? It comes under local self-government. It has nothing to do with the environment, because National Green Tribunal is what? Related to environment. That is the reason why. Why second is wrong? Provision of grants and all, nothing. It's about the center-state relationship. It's nothing specific about environment. You have to find out a statement specific to environment. This is also not specific to environment. This is related to Gram Sabha. This is also not specific related to environment. That is the reason why you have to eliminate this one. This is quite tricky only. But I know so many people who have attended this wrong. It's a tricky question. So in the question, attend money wrong na. Again, you have to be very careful, cautious. If you don't attend it, skip the abdina, that's a good one. Okay, next. Question number 6. Question number 6, it's a straightforward question from Lakshmikant also. NIOS, basically it is given in National Institute of Open School. It's taken from that also. What is the question? Statement number 6. Which are the directive principles, which is Gandhian principles? Definitely what should be there? 2 should be there. 2 should be there. 2 and 3. Okay, 1 and 4 are not. Okay, because 4 is, you can say it's a kind of a socialistic principle as is fine. So that is the reason why. So you can kind of say that. Answer is B for Bombay. 6. Okay, next question. 7. 7 is easy. 7, you should never make a mistake. What is the answer? D. D for Delhi. None. Why first one? Because which UTs are represented, people? Delhi and So you have to tell it. Okay, so 3 UTs are represented in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, good. So among them, which has the highest? Delhi, JNK. JNK, logically, because very recent news, right? In our Jammu and Kashmir delimitation, number of MLAs are highest, 120 or 130 for Jammu and Kashmir. How many number of MLAs proposed? For Delhi, to 70. Pondicherry, 30. For Jammu and Kashmir, it's more than 120, something like that. All right, fine. So that you have to know that. So because recently news. Okay, second one is wrong. Why? Why second is wrong? Chief Election Commission to adjudicate election disputes. Whole adjudicate election disputes based on the election. If it is president, vice president, Supreme Court. If it is like MLAs, MPs, the respective high courts. Okay, the jurisdiction of the respective high courts. Third one is wrong. Why? Because it includes president also. Okay, so that is the reason why 7D for Delhi. Okay, eighth is a tricky question. So eighth also, I know so many people, my friends who have attended, it went wrong. It's a very random question. It's not there in any standard textbooks also. It's right oriented. For eighth, the answer is C. Okay, so why second is wrong? Because again, no fee. The keyword is no fee. So consumer can be anyone who buys a car also, who buys a pen also. So that is the reason why. By that, eighth is kind of a C. Ninth one. Ninth, what is the answer? B for Bombay. Ninth is B for Bombay. So why? Because speaker. So what is the tenure of speaker's office? And as long as the life of Lok Sabha, okay, until next Lok Sabha, okay, just before that only, like she'll kind of resign as is fine. So who will hold the office during the pleasure of president? Who are the people? Next, who are the people who hold? Mostly constitutional offices. Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, Attorney General, CAG, Governor. 3 people mainly. All right. So Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, Attorney General, and the Governor of a state. Okay, fine. So second one is wrong. Why second one is wrong? Because he should be a member at the time of election. So no such kind of 6 times are given. It is only given for the ministers. Okay, not to become ministers. Okay, so it's an easy question. You should never make a mistake in question number 9. Question number 10. It is also easy. Why? Because of the options. Original jurisdiction. Who are the things? Answer is C. Answer is C. 1 and 4 only. So why second and third is wrong? Second, with respect to elections of MPs and MLAs, high courts. You cannot go to Supreme Court directly. Dispute between Government of India and Union Territory, so it can be heard in High Court itself. Then you can. I said no. The case of Lieutenant Governor versus Chief Minister. All right. So that is something presently, recently news also. Sorry. Question number 10. Question number 11. Sorry. 30. Next. Question number 30. Question number 30. Simplest of the question. If you make mistake in this also, it's wrong. B for Bombay. Very easy. Next is question number 35. 35, tell me the answer. 35 answer is A. Answer is A. So what is A? 1, 2, 3. I said one keyword here. Catchphrase. What is that catchphrase here? Parliamentary control. Parliament means whom? Members. Okay. I'm asking whether it is like, see, what is the difference between that now the government and the parliament legislature? It's about prime minister versus the MPs as opposite party. So why fourth is wrong? A periodic or at least a mid-year review program of the government against macroeconomic forecast and expenditure by a parliamentary budget office. Fine. This sort of questions how many people went for D? What people have at the general mentality is that normally if I don't know if all these options are given, I should go for D. Herd mentality. And that is the reason why here it is also UPSC have gone otherwise. Okay. So in the question I know many people made a mistake here. This is also a question you should not have attended, because see if it is something confusing, actually the parliament this sounds to be true also. This sounds to be true also, like, if you never studied as such, fine. But this sort of questions, like, better don't answer it. Okay, next is question number 30. 40. 40 is what? Question number 40. 40 answer is D for Delhi. Here it is where you gone ulta. See, it's D for Delhi. No, I'm not asking the answer. This is official key. D for Delhi. So how many of you got it wrong here? Majority. So the previous question you have gone for all 5, but here you have a doubt. Why? No, tell me a strong reason why you want to exclude 3 and 4. See, only one clue is here. I'll tell you, right? See, definitely the answer must have 1, 2, and 5. Okay, what are options having 1, 2, and 5? Either C or D. Now you have to ensure whether 3 or 4 is there. At least if you ensure either one of this is there, you can go for it. Now, one simple thing only. What is 6th schedule is all about? Administration of tribal areas of Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, and Mizoram. ATM, no Manipur. Fine, good. Now, next thing is, what is that? Like, what is significant about these things? Administration, how they are administered through what is known as autonomous district councils or autonomous regional councils. Good. Now, when we discuss about these things, what type of autonomous they have powers? Judicial powers also, legislative powers also, executive powers also, administrative powers also. And definitely when they have a legislative powers, executive powers, definitely without education, what is the point then? They have autonomous with respect to education also. That is very important, right? Education. So that is the reason why. So give a logic, and as I said, no, in the 40th question, ask people, more than almost all, every one of you got it wrong. Irena happened in the exam also. Purida, if you are not sure about it, certain about it, don't go for it. This question also. 51. Question number 51 konja tricky. Next 51 tanapa. 51. What is the answer for 51? C. 51 is C. So one thing is that, like, no, so it's based on that. That time it was based on that 2G scam, Spectrum and all. All right, fine. So this could be CAG report could be used for investigation by the investigation agencies. But here it is the clue which is given here. You see here they have judicial powers for prosecution. No, they don't have it. If anyone from the government has done it, what is the agency? Which agency will take care? CBI. Why CBI? Because under the Prevention of Corruption Act, who is the authority? The Central Bureau of Investigation. They don't have investigation. Their purpose is only auditing people, not to prosecute. Prosecution agencies nale vera dana. For instance, like, anyone is arrested under UAPA, who will handle the case? NIA. Money laundering? ED. Murder? Police. Because IPC says it is kind of executed by police. So that is the reason why all those things are kind of different. Here it is, they don't have the powers. So by eliminating that, they can get the answer 2 and 3 only. So first, by eliminating 4, you can get 2 options. Now you have to ensure 3 because based on the current affairs. All right, fine. This is a kind of medium to tough question only. Question number 53, easy question. 53 is what? A, very easy question. Very easy question. Question number 54. It is also easy question. I have taken this question is exactly taken from the official website, as I said. So this is answer C. Question number 56. Question number 56. Answer, sorry. Question number 56 answer is C. Why second statement is wrong? One simple logic. One, Finance Commission, constitutional body. All right. CAG is a constitutional body reports. NCS is also constitutional. Public Accounts Committee is not mentioned in the constitution. It is only the rules of Lok Sabha. So now there is no such kind of mandate indirectly. So by that logic, find the odd one out. Find the odd one out. By that itself, you can eliminate and then you can get an answer as fine. Okay, 56. So here, even if you make a mistake, not an issue because it is kind of tricky only, not so tricky, but 57. Easy question. We have seen it. What is the answer? A. 58. 59 appa. Sorry, 59. Now what is 59? Because to protect the weaker sections from injustice, like it is a direct principle of state policy. Which articles? Article 40, 46. Article 46. Okay, so that is, you can eliminate that. So answer is C. Now what about 60? We have seen that, right? 60 is A. Okay, fine. So almost all the questions we have seen. So how many of you got it more than like 10? Good, that is good. All right. So if you have kind of like how many total number of questions per year? 18. Okay. If you got 10 at least correct as such, fine. That's fine. It's well and good as such. But Yarla, the questions say thing low. Those questions with respect to education. Those questions with respect to it's not about getting marks. If you have kind of like attempted with confident, if you got the correct answer, that's good. But whatever those questions which you got it by kind of fluke by chance, by luck, don't take credit for that. Right now, time is good for you, but not every time. All right, so please be very careful. Okay, so this is what. Now we'll go other questions quickly. Like if questions with key continuous of through all these questions. So one by one, we'll go and see. Is it visible right now for people online? People online, is it fine, people? Still blurred. Still blurred up, huh? Okay, I'll do one thing better. Wait. I'll go for just a minute. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll copy the. We'll have a break for 5 minutes, pa. Just go and come for a break. Like I'll just copy that the exact. Okay, we'll go for the 2013 questions, people. Okay, so the same exact paper only. All right. So instead of the questions like now I'm showing it here. So this is what anyhow I'll share these questions later on. So the exact numbers I've given as such appeared in the UPSC prelims A series questions, all the A series questions. So I'll share these questions. So the number which is denoted here, okay, the number which is denoted here, it is the number of the question in UPSC A series, which I'll be sharing it later on. Okay, so we'll go through the question directly. We'll see the answer also, not for the wasting time as such. Fine. So first you write the answer, then I'll show which is correct and all. So we can go directly. No, you write the answer. I'll tell it. So what is the answer for this question? The answer for this question is A. A is the right answer. Okay. So it doesn't matter because Rajya Sabha has only 14 days. That too, it can only recommend. It cannot reject or amend. Okay, fine, good, fine. Second question. You write the answer, then nearby write the exact answer also. People online, hope it's clear right now. Since still you have any problem, like you can kind of let me know, people. Look, YouTube it's clear, like no, here it is a problem for Zoom members. That is the reason why. Sure. Okay, so what is the answer for this one? Answer is C. No procedure has been given. All right, so it's a pleasure of. It's a pleasure. So most likely where the problem may be here. So the most common mistake make is in statement number D, because so chief minister is appointed by chief minister in union territories appointed by president of India, because union territories are directly administered by president. So this is a likely possibility where more people can make a mistake. Never make a mistake. This is one thing. All right. Question number 8. You write your answer also. Question number first, write your question number, your answer, then my answer. I mean that the UPSC answer. This must be easy question, people. You should not take much time. Answer is C. This is an easy question. You should never make a mistake here. Fine. Question. It's a history of Constituent Assembly. Okay, fine. Question number 11. Don't forget to write the question number also. Nikpo, you have to revise it again this week or next week. These questions again. Answer is D. Okay, it's again easy question. So what is wrong here? It can be introduced in both the houses. Half of, not the all extreme statements. So here it is also easy question, straightforward question. All right, no, you should not make a mistake. Easy question. Another easy question. The Attorney General of India can. Without the options, tell me. So you have to eliminate 4. Eliminate 4 only. No, you cannot. So what is the answer? Answer is 1, 2, and 3. How to? Yes, that is given. No. See, he can participate and he can speak in any committee of which he may be named as a member. That means he can be appointed as a member of a committee. All right. So here it is like, no, he is not always, but he can be. When he is appointed, he can speak in that committee. So going with that. In the second statement, a lot of people had a doubt. People, if they make a mistake, they would make a mistake in statement number 2. Sorry, statement number 2 la or answer irkan parunga 1 and 3 only. Pathingla, this is how UPSC gives. Here also 50-50 people went, and half people went for 1, 2, and 3, half people 1 and 3. All right, so here you have to be very careful, cautious. Sorry. Next is the old question. Which of the following does not find a mention in the Constitution? So basically, what are the non-constitutional bodies or extra constitutional bodies? So zonal council, where it is recently news, it's asked in mock test also. State Reorganization Act. Okay, good. Upper third is, it's not fine. Third should be there. What about Planning Commission? So what is the subsidiary of Planning Commission right now? Is it a statutory body? It is a constitutional body. It is not a constitutional. It is not a statutory. It is kind of made by an executive resolution. Similarly, Planning Commission also by executive. So 2 is also there. So the answer is 1, 2, and 3. All are non-constitutional bodies. But this is a statutory body. This is a body which is kind of created by a executive resolution. Okay, fine. It's kind of easy only. This is also kind of easy only. 21. Question number 21. Easy. D. Question which you never make a mistake. You should answering, shading not more than 15 seconds. It will save you a lot of time. At least maximum 20 seconds. Okay. Next step. Not an objective. So when it is not an objective, first of all, in this sort of questions, what you're supposed to do, as I said, first of all, find out the objective. Is it an objective of PESA? Yes, it is an objective of PESA, but this is not the right answer. Is it an objective of PESA? Yes, but this is not a right answer. This is an objective of PESA. Here, people are more confused with C, sometimes D also, sometimes A also, sometimes B also. Totally, people are confused because I've said the answer. That is the reason why I'm telling you. If not, people are kind of. But here, only one clue: to create autonomous regions in tribal areas. You should go. Your mind should go to where? Sixth schedule. Autonomous. So PESA is not about fifth, sixth or fifth. Panchayat extensive schedule areas applies to fifth or sixth schedule. Sixth schedule does not require already the powers, the legislative powers, the executive powers are given to the autonomous district council. So it's not required. But these powers, decentralization is required in the fifth schedule areas. That is the reason why its PESA is applicable only to the, as of now, fifth schedule areas as such point. So here the answer is not an objective C, because this is the objective of the sixth schedule. So what is the answer here? Being answer, do you write the answer? You also note down the questions, no? So it will be easy for you. Questions, at least know the questions. You write your answer. Then what is the official answer? It's not A. A is the wrong answer. Definitely wrong answer. Because always keep in mind, people who have gone for A, you should think twice. Because even though it is about forest, it is not about forest. It's about tribes. So forest people always say that like no, forest is only for wildlife, only for like no conservation of plants and animals. You should not come. But on the other side, like no, it's a Gram Sabha. It's about like no holistic living of people with the flora and fauna. So answer is D. And most likely people, when they go for an answer, they go for the wrong answer as A. Sometimes these two also. But what is common between these two? Both are revenue authorities, right? So that is the reason why you have to eliminate this. This both are common. If not, you have to think. So why collector alone? Why not Tahsildar? Both are revenue authorities, right? So like that, you have to kind of apply if you want to apply logic. This is a kind of medium question only. 26, 28, easy. Preamble and DPSP. So preamble, where is the economic justice, justice of social, economic is there directly. Where exactly in DPSP? 39 good, 13 B and C. You can give a lot of articles. 39 solla, 46 solla. All it most 39, 40 also you can say indirectly. Fine. 42 also you can see. So many articles. Okay, fine. It's an easy question. Here it is. Another easy. Too easy question. Article 37. Article 37. 36 is definition of state in part 4. Part 3. Part 4 தானே ஃப்ரெண்ட் உட்காந்து கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணாங்க he'll study good, but still sometimes ரொம்ப படிச்சா அது ஒரு problem. The more you study, no, the more you'll start questioning, confusing. That is the reason why. Sorry. Fine. This is 37. Okay. It's an easy question here. Pack. Answer is A. Good. Now you know that, right? Why I want to revise with you? Already you studied, no? Previous question papers, the class also, but still you are making wrong. Why first is wrong? Maximum is what? 22, no? 15 plus 7. Not more than 22. Other two are correct. Still have doubt? So next question. Question number 59. Implied institutionally. So not in the constitution. Elimination easy. Answer is head of the because cabinet has said it. So the thing is, see, maybe you might have a doubt here, sir. They enjoy conference in the Lok Sabha only, but it is not with respect to India alone, right? In the context of India, they're asking, but still parliamentary form of government we have inspired from UK. So not every parliament has two houses, but India still we have two houses. So when we have these doubts, all these questions will come to your mind. But luckily, what happened? Like no, UPSC has kind of eliminated by this. The only answer is 1 and 2 only. But if what if the answer option is 1 and 1 and 2 only? If the option is given as 1, A as 1, B as 1 and 2 only, what would have gone for it? Still 1 and 2. Still 1 and 2. I don't know. So UPSC like no, like what it does no. I'll give you like no, in all these questions I'll kind of name some 4 to 5 questions. In the 4 to 5 questions, where every institute gave an answer differently, UPSC gave another answer. Unexpected Public Service Commission. Unpredictable also. Here it is very certain. This one, like I still remember, like no, in class also I said like no, you can see 243 ZD was added by 74th Amendment. Part 9A, municipalities, it was added by 74th. So going by that, you have to eliminate like no, Constitution of District Planning Committee is not part of 73rd actually, but UPSC said that's correct only. We can't do anything. Got it? So now the question is similarly, which question we are seeing, Pa? 59, yeah. 59. So in this question also, so there are two options, people. So here, namalku perfect clue on the cabinet is headed by the head of the government. Eliminating 3, there is only one option left. You can go for it. But otherwise, in future, if they ask the same question, you can go for it because this question is already asked. Now it's fine. But if the option is given without that as 1 and 2 only, 1 only, better don't answer it. It's kind of a confusion because why I'll tell you second Arthur question over next also the question will come like this one. This one, see. See this. Option B. So here, first statement is wrong. Why? Difference. Statement number 2 here, statement number 1 here. In one statement, they are saying ministers hold office till they enjoy the confidence of Parliament. In this question, the Council of Ministers shall be collected responsible to Parliament is wrong. Is it not contradictory? And that to what? Next page level question. The same year, next questions. But here, like no, how did you come to the answer now? So here, like no, you gone for like no 2 and 3 to be correct. Why you 1 eliminated? Because the exact statement under Article 75 Clause 3 is that the Council of Ministers shall be collected responsible to Lok Sabha. All right. But here we have eliminated because of option number 3. Know the difference, people? So unless you are very sure, don't go for the confusing things. This is a perfect example of these questions. Within the same page, the same year, 2 questions, 2 statements are kind of contradictory. Seems to be. Sorry. Next question. This is a very old question, but still. What is the answer for this one? So first is not NDC is no more there, but 2 and 3 are correct actually. So you always keep this in mind because this is an often repeated question, people. This is an often repeated question because the Constitution of India prescribes that Panchayat should be assigned the task of preparation of plans as well as implementation. It's a very important point. It's given in Constitution itself. And similarly, economic and social planning is kept in the these two often very much repeated questions. Question number 69. All right, the two statements are very important. Fine. All right, question number 69. Go and see. It's very important. Repeated. Question number 70 next. Question number 70. Quickly. Are the members of the house? Answer is 2 only. So first they should be members. Second is correct. All right. It's a very easy question. Very easy question. Sorry. 71. Maybe people have a doubt about option statement number 2. Because is it kind of under the control? Yes. Like a judiciary, it is also under the control. Most likely it can happen. So answer is C. If you're not sure about 2, don't go for it. But because there is a hierarchy, National Legal Service Authority, Legal Service Authority Act 1987, Free Legal Aid, Article 39A. All these things should come to your mind. One of the favorite areas, National Legal Service Authority, UPSC, what a favorite area. NDC. Again, kind of outdated, but the answer is 1, 3, and 4. Not required this one because NDC is no more right here. Sorry. Sorry, how do you feel like no 2013 question was? 2013 question was kind of easy. All right, fine. Sorry, okay, I'll come to that next one. Sorry, 2014. Quickly, which of the following is the largest committee? Committee on YPAC, how many? 22 here. 22 estimates us. All the members are chosen from Lok Sabha only. Here 15 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha. The same 15 plus 7. So who will kind of nominate the chairperson of the PAC? The speaker amongst which member? Among the 22 or among the 15 or 7? Among the 15 who are kind of elected from the Lok Sabha. Okay, good. The sales tax. So sales tax right now is there or not? Are you paying sales tax when you're buying something? Instead you're paying it as GST. Okay, fine. So previously, prior to 2018, 17, I mean. So you're paying to? So what is the answer? D or B for Bombay? Yeah. D for Delhi. Sales tax. So that is what. So simple thing, people. One of the objectives of GST is like to avoid multiplication of taxes. Now, if possible, next time, like I'll try to show that. Like I still have a KFC bill. KFC prior to GST, KFC after GST. You have a long, lengthy bill as such. Like there'll be state the Podavanga center, other service, even a charge. No, still people are fighting for service charge. Service charge is different. Service charge is not mandatory, but so many hotels put service charge, other tax. But anyhow, like once you prepare for UPSC, you'll go and fight all now. All right, fine. So next 49. Next, which of the following schedules contains anti-defection? Very easy. Very easy. Which article? Article 51. Good. Associated with planning. Which of the following is associated with planning in India? So many things are there. How many fee for A, B, C, D? A tough question. All people have given all options. So official answer is because finance commission has nothing to do with planning. That's planning commission is. Finance commission is about distribution of tax, center and states among the states. But based on the 5-year plans, so which should be given priority, which sector should be given priority, which state should be given priority. So that is all recommended by planning commission. All right, so that is not a mandate. So by eliminating option number 1, you can get it. The clue on the finance commission, only the clue was answer is fine. Sorry. The next one, 58. Functions of cabinet secretariat. It's taken from official website. I said no. Answer is allocation of financial resources, nothing to do with the cabinet secretary. CAPSEC website, official website, it's taken from that. 59. Are you noting down the questions, people? Sorry, 59. Next is 59. Often repeated question. Constitutional government. Here it is more one of the tricky question. Lot many people made it wrong. Answer is how many for A, B, C, D? Answer is B. What is the meaning of constitutional government? It's limited by the constitution in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. So that means what is the meaning here? It is so it places restrictions on the state for the rights. Individual liberty is right. States' powers are restricted for individuals' rights. So this, but it's not vice versa. That it's not like this one. So that is the reason why. You see, there is a link between all these examinations. I've already said that you have to see the other UPSC examinations also, like CAPF, Central Armed Police Force. That I forgot, people. This year 2023 exam is going to come this year. 15th is the last date. 15th or 16th? Not the last date. 16th is the last date. For tomorrow is the last date for Central Armed Police Forces. If you are passionate about uniform services, it's one good services. CRPF, CASF, SSB, ITBP, it's everything is there. So please do apply. Even if you're not interested, for service, you apply, give that exam, because it will be kind of a precursor to your other UPSC exams also. If you study for UPSC civil service, it will be easy for them. So please do attend, people online also. Please do apply. Why? Because the same question was repeated in other UPSC exams also. All right, fine. So this is one important question. Next. Which are the following of the discretionary powers? So answer is B for Bombay, D for Delhi. Why? It's a simple logic here, people. So definitely appointment of ministers is done by the governor on the recommendation of chief minister. Recently, it happened in Tamil Nadu also, right? Fine. And similarly, making the rules also, making the rules of conduct also. It's too simple logic is that. So when I have to send a report about you, so why should I ask your permission? So that is the reason why you can eliminate. So discretionary powers, definitely. So this is Article 356, and this is with respect to giving assent to the bills also. So in these two areas, governor has a discretionary power. So who has constitutional discretion? Either president or governor or both. Governor. Who has constitutional discretion? Only governor has a constitutional discretion. President only has situational discretion. President only has a situational discretion. Please keep this in mind. Question number 62. Answer is because second one is it is taken in the name of president. Okay, very easy question. Again, no confidence. Quickly, 63. Y, B, C. Answer is C. First one. Second is, and this is a question, very easy question, people. Why you make a mistake here? There is no mention of confidence. Yes, no confidence mention is not mentioned. Like, no, it is mentioned as what? The Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to Lok Sabha. Apart from that, there is no mentioning of the word no confidence motion. All right. Secondly, motion of no confidence can be introduced in Lok Sabha only. Yes. Rajya Sabha has nothing to do with it. The same question they asked last year also, right? 2022, indirectly. 72. Very easy question. 72 is C. Very easy question. 75. So most likely the problem between A and B. The answer is Parliament. Recently, like, no, they made an amendment also. But what about the number of judges of High Court? President. That is done by President. Okay. This is 2014. Next 2015. Quickly we'll complete it. This is a current affair, people. Just leave it. That was a current affair question. Question number 7. 2015 question number 7. So answer is C. Good. Both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. They are not enforceable. They are kind of basics of the socio-economic democracy. Next is 27. How many for B? How many for C? நிறைய C சொன்னீங்க. You want to see that C and the C, yeah. Say okay. 27. Answer is B. Why? Because they can discuss. Okay, annual financial statement means budget. Budget. How you can say they cannot discuss? They can discuss. Okay, mostly the problem comes in statement number 2 also. Why statement number 2 also? Because they cannot vote demand for grants. Is it correct? But what they cannot vote apart from this? They cannot vote appropriation bill. That is the mistake. You'll do that. Any bill has to be voted by both the houses, even if it is appropriation bill. So basically, demand for grants. What is the difference between demand for grants and appropriation bill? Demand for grants means each of this ministry, I want this much crore. All these are put together in a form of bill that is basically called as appropriation bill. So whatever it is, if it is a bill, that has to be definitely passed by both houses. Of course, there are so many conditions. If it is a money bill, Rajya Sabha cannot amend or reject, but still it has to go there. All right, fine. No bill is kind of passed without going to Rajya Sabha. So that is the reason why, they cannot vote in their career. They cannot vote in demand for grants, that is sector specific, but they have to vote in appropriation bill. It's a problem. It's a common confusion. Please do make a note of it. 27. Next is 37. Very easy. A. Very easy question. Very easy question. This question. This is question I have said in the class also, right? We studied like that time I wrote the prelims also. We studied everything about Niti Ayog, the composition, the names also, names that we prepared for like the state public service commission examinations. This is one example I'll tell you. Once the exams got over, this is 2014, no? 14, 15? 15. Exams got over, right? One person was speaking like this one. Because he was saying in Tamil, I will translate in English also. Macha exam, question easy ra, romba easy ra. Niti Ayoglam ketang, namalukku theriya Niti Ayoga. He was saying that I know everything about Niti Ayog because he know only about that question alone. I asked him like no, so basically like no, what he prepared, like how he was, because the moment he answered that no, everyone got panic. The question was easy. And that is the reason why I keep on saying that don't speak. Once you start discussing one question, no, if it is correct, you'll have that positive. Okay, you'll start discussing other questions. If it is wrong, you like other question we'll start discussing. So later, and 3 years gap clear. It will entirely go in discussion. See, satellite flop. It will happen, people. You start one question. That is the reason why, like, you become a deaf and dumb for the next 2.5 hours. Never speak to anyone, because the moment someone says that, like, psychologically you'll become weak. But we only get to know that, like, no, question. He knows only that question, because a lot of people, like, just for the sake of it, they come and kind of appear. Most people, like, no, they're kind of the bypassers. Fine. Next one. So this is a very easy question. 44. 44 is also easy question, people. Quickly. Answer. What is the answer? D. Why? Because it is vested with president. Who is the ex officio chairman? Cabinet secretary. Very good. Sorry. But I know so many people kind of got it wrong because of statement number 2. It's a very tricky again. Statement number 2, I know a lot many students, friends also, they got it wrong. The provisions in 5th schedule and 6th schedule. Question number 59. One of the favorite topics, 5th schedule. Very easy. A. Question number 60 next. Answer is C. Why first is wrong? Department of Economic Affairs. What is the key point here? If revenue is there, which is also part of budget, expenditure. If there is Department of Revenue, there should be Department of Expenditure as well. There is. So here, like, no, the answer is like no. So logically, by going that, if you don't know, logically apply that. Try to. Okay, fine. So first one is wrong, Nali. So 2 and 3 only. 3 is correct. All disbursement public account. Public account means Parliament has no power. So when the time is due, the executive has to release it. So second. 61. One of the controversial questions. Controversial, na, like, no, debatable. From 2015 it started. Because so many, half people went for A, half people went for D. But UPSC key is Supreme Court of India. Okay, next 82. The legislative council of a state can be larger in size than half of the legislative assembly of that particular state. What is the answer, people? B or D? So first statement correct. First statement is wrong. Why? 1/3. Okay, because maximum is 1/3 of the state legislative assembly. Okay, second statement. Now, I mean, see, chairman of SLC, chairman of SLC means compare with chairman of Rajya Sabha. Chairman of Rajya Sabha is the ex officio vice president elected. So here it is like, are they nominated? No, this is also wrong. So chairman of legislative SLC is elected by and amongst the members of State legislator, அவ்வளவுதான். Comparative study. சரி, next. Very easy. What is it? Very easy. Which article? 51A. Next one, 85. This question is asked in mock test also, right? Answer is 1 and 3. But lot many people went for 1, 2 and 3 also. When I wrote I wrote 2 also to be correct, but it's wrong as such. See, political accountability is not the primary fundamental thing of Panchayat Raj. Even in that case also, they're not every time accountable. Alright, so that is the reason why. So here the keyword is fundamental object as is fine. This is one of the kind of a medium question only, because lot many people got it wrong this year. 89. The idea of welfare state. DPSB repeated, much repeated question. 89B, B for Bombay. 91. It is a kind of a confusing question. But answer is very easy. See, all these statements are correct or wrong on its own. Lok Sabha is elected directly by the people. Yes. Parliament can amend the constitution. Yes. Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved. Yes. But this is not a salient feature of parliamentary system. That is the reason why. Fine. So people got confused. So people used to say that, sir, this is correct only. Yes. No one is saying that it is wrong. But what is the connection with the parliamentary system? That is what. Next, 2016. Next. Question number 1. Easy question. This is also easy question. Bill pending in the Lok Sabha lapses on its prorogation? Yes. No. Only on the dissolution on certain conditions. So first statement is wrong. Second, a bill which is pending in Rajya Sabha which is not passed by Lok Sabha shall not lapse on the dissolution. Yes. So always keep in mind. So if you want to protect your bill, better introduce a bill in Rajya Sabha and ensure that it is passed. If it is transferred to Lok Sabha, it is passed within that period. Because once the bill goes into the Lok Sabha, within its period, it has to be passed. Purida? A bill, if it is introduced in Lok Sabha or if it is passed by Rajya Sabha and came to Lok Sabha, that simply means if the bill is pending, say in 2023, before 2024, it has to be passed. If not, it will lapse. But if the bill stays only in Rajya Sabha, after introduction in Rajya Sabha, no problem. Got it? This is one thing, keep in mind always if you have a doubt. Sorry. Next, 25. The toughest question I can see. The toughest question I can see is still because, as I said, no, I don't know the source of this question. Because any people, the academic people, they can say that this is their taken from current affairs, all those things. But still, I still don't agree with almost any one of them, because I still don't know why it is taken. And it is one of the toughest question also. Because the answer is D. The answer is D. Why? Because here Chief Secretary is appointed by the. This is easy. Statement number 2 is easy. Statement number 1. Still, there is no proper constitutional mechanism or any other kind of laws regarding this. Sure. 40, kind of tough again. Because first statement is correct or wrong. It can hear only civil cases. It's wrong. It can hear both criminal cases also, which is given in the Gram Nyaya Act. The second one is correct. Next is, we'll analyze all these questions at toughness later on. The Parliament of India acquires the power to legislate on any item in the state list. National interest, which article? 249. What type of majority? So first of all, we have to eliminate these two things. Why? Because no, Lok Sabha is not. It has to be done by either C or D. How many for C?
How many for D? Answer is D. In the majority of not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting, it is present generally for Article 249 and 312, creation of All India services, and for this one. And that is the reason why I keep on telling to people also, don't say special majority, absolute majority. How they're asking. All right. So we have 6 types of majority, right? First one, all the members present and voting. Second, all the then members. Third, maybe you can take this also, not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. Apro, majority of total membership and not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. Next, adhe mari, majority of total membership and majority of not less than 2/3 plus ratification of half the states. And lastly, majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership, as in the case of president. So you have 6 types. So don't, next time when you study, don't study a simple majority, effective majority. Study directly the types as I've given. Got it? Fine. So very often repeated. You first I made a question right last year mock test only. It's very simple. Once you prepare as many times as revise, no, you will become an examiner. You will start framing questions. You will anticipate it. Appada you become an IAS officer. You have to anticipate problems in your life. Similarly, you have to anticipate like what are the questions also. Next. Easy, very easy. First statement is wrong, second statement is correct. So answer is B for Bombay. Paranga 2016 la only how many questions? 5 questions. For 2017 so here is a series of questions as they have asked it. Quickly. Answer D. Why? Private members bill means like it can be by both nominate also, elector also. So anyone can, because that is accusation, right? With respect to Sachin Tendulkar also, then actress Rekha also. They did not attend also, they did not kind of create any such kind of introduce any bills also. Fine. It was so much in news that point of time. Recently, a private members bill has been passed for the first time. No. So it was passed very beginning itself. The last time it was passed in the year 1969, 1970. What is it? The Supreme Court enlargement of appellate jurisdiction. Remember, the Supreme Court enlargement of appellate jurisdiction. Criminal appellate. Minimum 10 years they added. No, you go and see today in your note. We have written that. We have written that. Fine. Sorry. Okay. Next question. Which one of the implications? One of the implications of equality in society is absence of. You go to a temple, and suddenly some officer comes, someone gives them money. They'll take to the Garbhagriha straight away. Equality like they're not considering everyone equal. Oh, why they have a privilege? Equality is opposite of, because equality is it's kind of like treating everyone equal. Privilege is giving someone some advantage, additional advantage. Okay, very easy questions. This is taken from political theory book. So next one. Question number 7. Question number 2017 la 1 pata 5 and 7 now. Participation of workers in the. This is 43A capital A, 43 capital A. What is 43B? Cooperative societies. 97th amendment. Cooperative societies. Very recently news also. 8th. NCRT 9th standard question. Democratic rights. Very easy. Simplest definition of rights. Rights are claims of citizens against the state. Mostly against the state. Sometimes it can be against the individuals also. 9th standard question. Next, the word best explained. Easy, democratic. But some people have written as direct democracy. It is not. Okay, because it is the closest form of direct democracy. It is not an exact form. It's again NCERT question. Similar question have been already discussed. No, remember? DPSP what? What is DPSP simply? It enables. Enables na positive and negative. Which is like no, they're asking what? DPSP constitutes limitations na positive and negative. Is it limiting the legislative pass? Is it limiting the executive pass? But here no, I know so many students got confused. It is also NCERT question. NCERT la 11th standard Indian constitutional work they would have given. The directive principles exhorts means what? Encourages. Exhorts the state to do certain things. Whereas the fundamental rights limits or restricts the powers of the state. Alright, so here it is very important. NCERT. So all these are NCERT. This is NCERT. This is NCERT. This is NCERT. Fine. What is this one? Again, the answer is D. Because like no, these two are different. Fundamental duties and legal duties are different. Because fundamental duty there is no such kind of enforceability, but legal duty as per law it is mandatory. And because not every legal duty is a fundamental duty, that is what. So vice versa. And legislative process have been provided, and no, Constitution has simply mentioned these are the fundamental duties. How it is implemented, how it should be kind of implemented, nothing is given. So that is the reason why 36D. This is also one of the toughest questions because I know a lot of people got it wrong. Next step, easy question. Answer is very easy. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship is there. Very easy question. And this is one of the confusing question again, which means an understanding. This is not directly taken from any book, but based on understanding only. Answer is A. All right. So why it is because see, democracy means what? You're giving power to the people, ordinary people. They have to decide. So simply going by that logic, it is based on the intelligence and character of an ordinary man and woman. So it's basically an understanding only. But in the questions, it's these theory type of questions. No, if you're not sure, don't go for it. This also kind of gamble. Lot many people kind of went for all the options. Some people went for C. I know so many people went for C and D also. So please don't go for it. Okay. The main advantage of parliamentary form of government, again, easy. Repetition. Next is 47. In the context of India, one of the relationship between rights and duties. Rights are correlated with duties. They are not independent. So simple example I've given the class also, right? Remember? So when girls have a right to dignity, there is a duty also cast upon others, right? I have a duty not to I have to renounce practices that are derogatory to the dignity of women. So only if I follow that fundamental duty, you as a woman, you'll have that right. So that is the reason why both are. Let me simple example, education. Custodians or the parents have a duty to send their children to school. Only if I send them, the children's right to get educated will be kind of implemented, right? The same thing. So always there is a link. Keep this in mind. So 47. It is also one of the kind of confusing questions. 47. 48. Very easy. The next step. This is one question again. Lot many people got it wrong. Answer is D. But why people had a doubt? Because of adjournment motion. Adjournment motion also because like adjournment motion is done by whom? Again with opposition. It's a matter of very urgent public importance. I have to discuss something. Please adjourn all the other matters. So it is also done by the members. So that is the reason why it is also one of the exercise which is followed by the MPs. Okay, so this is one. Very easy question next. Very easy. C. Next is 76. Quickly. Answer is D. Both are. Why? Because Lok Sabha election, whoever get the highest, no matter it is 20% or 30%, doesn't matter at all. Because it's first past the post system. Okay, according to the provisions of Constitution, Speaker's post goes to majority. No. I said no, like last time, like no, why they asked the Speaker's question? Because why I expected because of this only, I'll tell you. There was an article last year. No, last year. This was the article. So 2021 September. So when was your example last year? 2022 people. When you wrote? You can't read it. So here they mentioned, right, all those things. Okay, you just go and read this article. So here in this article, like it was given in 2021, so we expected that because Delhi High Court has asked the center to explain like why there is no deputy speaker and all. Here they mention all those statements, so that is the reason why it is asked. Okay, fine. Next one, quickly. So right to vote, again one of the controversial questions. Answer is C, constitutional right, Article 326. Again NCERT question, 9th standard NCERT question, exactly given, right? All constitutional rights are legal rights, but not all legal rights are. Even though it is mentioned in Constitution, it is mentioned in RPA, but it is still part of Constitution, so we are kind of going for it. Remember that. Fine. 90. Question number 90. So recent elections happened, no, Karnataka. So who kind of decided? Answer is 3 only. First is wrong. Why? 3 members. Second is wrong because who decides? Election Commission. Who notifies? Respective the president and the governor. President will notify in the case of Lok Sabha election. All right, fine. In the case of like no assembly election and other things and all, it will be like governor. Fine. Next one. 92. Judicial review. Answer is A. Good. A. So some people confused with B also. All right. Some people confused with D also. You should not be one among them. Answer is A. Very straightforward. So because what is the definition of judicial review? To examine the constitutional validity of a law. Fine. Okay. 96. Because this is certain to happen, right? This is certainly happen, but this is optional. Maybe may happen because no one is able to form the government. But this will never happen because this is nothing to do with 356. So first, what will happen definitely after 356? Removal, dismissal of the Council of Ministers. First, second step, possible step. If no one is able to form government, dissolve the legislature. But third one is nothing. So that is the reason they're asking which of the following is not necessarily a consequence, which certainly cannot happen or need not happen. Sorry, it is also one of the tricky questions where so many people made a mistake. 97. Easy. One and four, easy. Very easy, people. 99. Cabinet form of government. Options. No. Just a minute. All right. Answer is Bombay. Yeah. UPSC thinks otherwise. See, this is also a question people might think that. See here, what is the common mistake people used to do that? People think that cabinet is it's a kind of a among the ministers only few people will be form of cabinet, right? Not every ministers. Say out of say 76 ministers today, only some 29 30 are cabinet. Okay, so that is called as the inner ring. But here people kind of go for B because the form of the term cabinet came only very recently or in the 1950s itself. 1950s itself, so then how can you apply this one? Did the formation of cabinet recently originated based on your workload? No, it is part of the parliamentary form since the beginning. But even though when you go by a rough NCERT reading, that is the reason people have gone for B also. It is again one of the most confusing questions where people got it wrong that year. Okay, so the last question, I guess, very easy question. Not a feature of Indian federalism. Not a feature of Indian federalism. D for Delhi, because Indian federalism is what? Holding together, so they have decentralized the powers. Center had every power, they given the powers to the states as such. All the other three are correct as such. Fine, this is a comparative constitution. Okay, next 2018 quickly. Question number 1. Easy. Answer is B. Why? Because in these sort of questions, always you have to keep in mind, don't wait for the states, the factual statements. You can answer without the facts. If you're not able to answer without the facts, just leave it. But this is a kind of a concept you have to know that, right? If a party does not have minimum of how many members to be recognized as leader of opposition, you have to have a minimum of quorum. What is a quorum? 1/10. 1/10 of 545. How many? 55. Okay, 55 members. So for third statement is wrong. By eliminating 3, you can get the answer. All right, fine. So no need to kind of worry about 1 and 2. Next one. So who can place a law under 9th schedule? Parliament. The validity of law placed in 9th schedule cannot be examined. Can be examined on what grounds? Well, it's a basic structure. Okay, fine. So laws placed before Keshavanda Bharati, it cannot be. Placed after Keshavanda Bharati, it can be. What is the case? Iyer Coelho's case. Iyer Coelho Vaman Raw's case. That's fine. So the statement answer is A. First is correct. Second is it can be reviewed. So just only one clue here. So delegate legislation, what is the other name for delegate legislation? Subordinate legislation. Okay, so you need not read it every time subordinate legislation. So there is a clue here. Delegate legislation, executive legislation means it is something the parliament has given to the executive. So in that case it is subordinate. So why it is called as a subordinate legislation? because the executive cannot make a law against the parliament made law or the powers given by the parliament. I've given power to you. You should not exceed that power. As simple as that. Fine. RT is based on current affairs. These are based on current affairs. Just only one clue is there. Simple. Seems to be tough, but it is very simple. So what is the clue here? Contingency fund, who can kind of release it? So answer is C. All right. 32. Value of vote of each MLA states. Where is from state to state? Second one. Lok Sabha greater than Rajya Sabha. Answer is? So here don't take these MPs na another. So what is the value of vote of an MP in Lok Sabha? 7? 776. 708 liya. Huh? 776 is the total number pa. 776 is the total number of elected MPs of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. What is the value of vote of an MP? 708. So basically, like no. So what people used to do here, the common mistake. I know here the lot of people made a common mistake that like no. See, value of vote of a Rajya Sabha MP, Lok Sabha MP is equal. But here some people what they made it 543 into 708 is greater than 233. 233 into 708. So they made a mistake by like, looking at this MPs. So like no, this again like no UPSC said no, we are kind of comparing only one MP. Fine. So next question 38 quickly. So it's kind of history question, but here since it is about residuary power, you have to answer it. What is it? Answer is good. Governor General. The residuary power is given to Governor General. Right now, who has it? It's a Parliament has it. Like, is it mentioned in the Constitution? Article 248 reference. Next question. Question number 39. Quickly. Why second is wrong? The speaker shall not vacate immediately until the next newly elected Lok Sabha have its first meeting. But who will preside the first meeting? Pro tem speaker. Okay, because when there is vacancy of speaker, answer it properly. When there is vacancy of speaker's office, who will preside? Deputy speaker. Deputy speaker. When deputy speaker's office is also vacant, appointed by president. And when first newly elected Lok Sabha is there is no speaker also, no deputy speaker also, and that person who is appointed by the president is called as speaker pro tem. But in the case of absence, what will happen? Speaker is absent as deputy speaker. Deputy speaker is absent. The house will decide based on the law. That law is basically just given panel of chairpersons. All these keep in mind. Okay, fine. Next one, 40. Most appropriate relationship. It's one of the difficult questions. So answer is, if there is no law, there is no liberty. We have discussed enough in this class. This question, this statement. Okay, fine. Because if there is no law, there is no liberty. Like no, everyone will start kind of doing whatever they want. That is not true liberty. 41. C. Yes, exactly. Because for president, governor as well as Raj Pramukh. It is not there right now. So all these people, they have kind of a privilege under Article 361, reference Article 361. Keep it. The emoluments and allowances of a governor shall not be diminished. Yes, this is also, it will stand for president also, all these constitutional posts generally. 45, rule of law. This year, so many questions about rule of law in the newspapers. So expect a question this year probably. So rule of law, DISE, Article 14. Kind of tricky question, people. Options pada, you will you will be confused even more. Sure, one problem. Answer is how many for A, B, C, D? C is correct. Now why see rule of law means what? Everyone is equal in the eyes of law. Who has to treat everyone equal? It is the responsibility of state. About the state's responsibility towards the people. But here it is what? Reverse. That is the only logic. Got it? So state, so because of which everyone has to be treated equally, the fundamental rights should not be taken away. Limitation of powers, correct. Equality before law, everyone should be treated equally. Article 14, it is also correct. So in order to protect the liberty and civil rights only, it is A. All right, good. But this is also a tricky question. A lot many people got it right. I mean wrong. I mean 53. Easy. Easy pa. Answer is B for Bombay. Good. Because Article 19 can be suspended only in the case of proclamation of emergency. That is national emergency. Assembly of the state is not automatically dissolved because there is no other options available only. That is not mandatory. No. Fine. Good. 92 easiest. Nane answer solid. Like it's 21 right to privacy. This and all like Article 92 questions mudichacha. So we'll discuss about the questions later on. What type of questions are later on. So that's the question. 2019. This is one of the confusing questions again. Land reforms. Two possible answers was there. Not strictly polity, it is part of society also. Economics also. Answer is B. But again, actually, this was correct in some states also. But here they're asking the primary aim. So they have given the answer in the statement itself. The major aim is landless only. It's a question given in NCERT society chapter. Almost 11th standard like economics like sari, in polity also they've given sometimes, and in society chapter they've discussed about like land reforms, the abolition of zamindari system, like land, and also like land ceiling act, all these things given. So please kindly go through that also. So NCERT question 45. Answer is B. So second statement is correct. First statement, like no. So you see 44th amendment is what? 44th amendment is clearly, it's a kind of a rectification of the mistakes made by 42nd, right? So 44th is something which is kind of like not curbing the powers of judiciary, it is kind of liberating them. But here, what context is this here? So it is kind of like keeping the powers of judiciary restricted, right? You're limiting it. So technically speaking, it cannot be the answer. But what is the exact answer? 39th. Just go and see that. All right, fine. So this is, so it is not 44. So that is the reason why like you can eliminate for the first statement and second statement is correct. Okay. Next one, 46. 46 quickly. It's only one clue, people. Or clue eliminate panilla. Is it correct? Fine. What is the answer? C. Okay, so they can kind of because it was rejected, no, it is based on the current affairs also. 2017 la, 2017 la, 18 la also a motion for removal of the then CJA was presented to the Rajya Sabha chairman Venkaiah Naidu. Go and see that. So that is the reason they asked this question. So answer is 3 and 4. All right. So the presiding officer can either accept also, reject also. Sorry. Next one. 9 schedule, which amendment? First constitutional amendment. So first constitutional amendment on the even before the first constitutional amendment was made even before the creation of Rajya Sabha, even before the elections happened. So that time the Prime Minister was Jawaharlal Nehru. 49. Answer is A. All right. So you can eliminate 3. By eliminating 3, it is kind of automatically the answer is 1. Because this is also based on current affairs, very frequently in news, Office of Profit. 50. Fifth schedule, very easy. Sorry. Okay, next one. Can you answer this one? Have you studied about this one? PVTGs, newspapers. It's not strictly constitution, but still. For those people who said like, sir, I've already studied previous year question papers, tell me. Answer is C. Okay, fine. So how do you kind of arrive at this answer? Or can you eliminate this or any one of the option? Third, how? 2 and 4 must be there. You know the list of people who are there in that. No, 4 is there, no. So 2 should be there. Sorry, first you think like 2 should be there. So even then, like no, you have all the options, like no A, B, C. No, how do you know that it is 75 numbers without studying? How many of you study that this at present it is 75 numbers? You tell me. How many of you know that like the number of particularly vulnerable tribal groups is 75? People for people online like no. So here people 200 people sitting like no only not even 1 people know that. So that is the point, people. This is again one question which tempted people, again went for it. Everyone got it wrong, as far as I know. So this is a question which you don't know that, right? So thank you UPSC for asking this question, and I don't want to answer this one. Okay, next one, 52. It is one of the toughest question, but this is basically a comprehension question placed in paper 1. English comprehension passage. They are not asking about 142. They are asking about like what is the meaning of this one. So prohibition or limitation on ordinary laws cannot prohibit prohibitions and limitations on the constitutional powers. So basically, the powers of a body which is mentioned in the constitution cannot be restricted by a law made by parliament. So what is the nearest meaning of this one? B. So this question is not about 142 still again. Purida. It's not about 142. So they've given the clue as such, fine. So this is how you have to. Because after this 142, now everyone started reading everything. The problem now with respect to like most of us, including the academies, right? I'm taking the blame on behalf of academies. Once they ask this one question, Next year, academy people also will start teaching. Next year, Lakshmikant will also add the topic. Now, it will be a burden for you people. Now you don't know like what to leave, what not to leave. Now I gone through like now hundreds of lectures in polity. Now everyone becomes a polity teacher. Everyone taking Lakshmikant, I'm taking polity. Now the problem is you should know what not to, what to. That is the reason I'm saying that like no, this question is not about 142. 142 is about to do complete justice. Yes, of course it was in news. To do complete justice recently. So all those things you can mention it. Okay, next one, 53. Legislative Assembly. So instead substitute this with Lok Sabha. Substitute this with Lok Sabha. Whether it is correct or wrong. So what is the answer for this one? How many fee for A? B? C? How come? How come you got into C? Tell me. I have never taught to my students. It is not there in Lakshmikant also. It is not there in NCRT also. It is not there in current affairs also. Maybe right now they would have added somewhere. I don't know. IPA current affairs, maybe. But this is a question you should not attempt. Okay. It was one of the tricky things. I'll tell you like all those things. Okay, fine. Question number 55 was current affairs. Okay, tell me quickly. What is the answer for this one? What is the answer? How many few Bombay? Delhi? Sorry, I'm confusing like UPSC. 2 and 3. So why first is wrong? They don't have the right to fill. They cannot cut down, but if it is kind of already there, they can collect it. All right, keep this in mind. Easy. What case? Hadia's case. Next one. So whenever you study about central state relation with respect to governor, which committee comes to your mind? The answer is Sarkaria. But I'll tell you, yesterday there was a committee question, right? How many of you attended the committee question? How many of you attempted? Yesterday, that what is that committee question for? Election related. How many of you attempted? Okay. How many of you attempted that basic structure question, Beam Singh G case? Why did you attempt? That is a question like no, you should not have attempted. So for those people who attempted yesterday's mock test, tell me like no, what is Beam Singh's case? For those people who attended the committees, you tell me all the committees' recommendations.
Election commission,
you know, 2 committees are there, but you cannot answer with those alone. Because I'll tell you, in the last 12 years, how many questions related to committees were asked? But one unfortunate thing I'll tell you, like no, everyone is focusing on the committees, but it is very difficult to remember all those committees. People are kind of making a mistake in remembering all those committees, and the worst part is that people are remembering the numbers, tenure, and everything of the parliamentary committees also. I don't know why they're doing it. Okay, let it be fine. They may be doing it, but still, I'm saying that this question, I'll tell you like no, why you should answer it. Okay, fine. 81. Analysis quickly. High Court cannot judicial review, or High Court cannot review a central government law. They can have. First one is wrong. Amendment cannot be that this constitutional amendment cannot be reviewed by Supreme Court. Can be. So both are wrong. Sorry. Next. NCRT. Most appropriate definition of liberty. This is negative and this is positive. NCRT 11th standard political theory book. 85D. Answer is D. Sorry, adutha 2020. Quickly we'll kind of complete it. Rajya Sabha has equal powers with Lok Sabha in the matters of amending the constitution. Paranga 2020 they asked Rajya Sabha has equal powers. 2022 Lok Sabha has exclusive powers. Ketangla 2022 how the questions are related. Same thing only. Because matter of creating new all India services, which one? Rajya Sabha has special power. Removal of government. Lok Sabha has special power. Making cut motions. Fine. So that is what. So in that case, cut motions can be done by introduced in the houses where again use the budget. Okay. So it can be done by members, any members as such. Fine. The next step. Easy. 14 to 18. Answer is D. These are easy questions. Article 50. Article 50. Easy questions. So 2, 4, 5. This is koncha kashtam. But if you have studied notes also, I'll tell you. It's easy only. It's in the FRBM Act. Good. Like economics padichirpinga. Good. It is mandated by the FRBM Act. Constitutional government. Repetition. Repetition. Question number 7. Easy question. 6th koncha tough. Okay. 6th. 8th. 8th, 9th la koncha tricky. If you don't know, better leave it. But the answer is it's there in all 1, 2, 3 because UDHR very frequently ask questions. All right. This is a tricky question where most people got it wrong. 9th one. Answer is A. See, the first keyword is all senior citizens. That's wrong. See, legal service authority, pre-legal aid only based on the income level. And sometimes on the base of class of people. Who are the class of people who deserve now? Women, children, Kangla. Transgenders Kangla. No, it's not there. Actually, it is not given. As per the law, it is given SCs, STs, women, workmen, and certain group of people. But they never mention about OBCs or transgenders. But by eliminating 4, and thereafter you have to include number 1 based on income, you can go for the answer. This is konja tricky. I know a lot of people who got it wrong. This is easy. Parliamentary system nale or word. Responsibility, which we don't like. Okay. Answer is easy. So that's B. Okay. This is easy question. Enappa? Solunga. So where which can be right? Tell me. Which other statements can be right? Which other can be right? They are not given two separate statements, right? Responsible to Lok Sabha only, or responsible to Parliament and so on. Based on the statements only, that is the reason why I said you have to answer it. In any other statement which can be correct? Any other statement can be right? No, it cannot be. Government is chosen by the Parliament cannot be removed before the term. Can they be removed? When they can be removed? During national emergency. But removed the extension. Simple, they can be removed by the dismissed by the president. All political parties in parliament represent the government. That is also not there. Wrong. Government is elected by the people and can be removed by them. It will be good only. Fine, but it is not there as such. Fine. So A, C, D is not there. So that is the reason why B is good. Okay. Fine. Which part of the constitution declares? Answer is A. Again, ideal, welfare state. 4th time they're asking in the last 4 years. This question. Thirteen. Answer is? I have discussed in the class also. Again, you're repeating the mistake. Answer is D. This is one question, people, where every academy in the country got it wrong, including ours, other famous academies also, because it's being an online thing, I can't The name famous academies, so let us say academies list panita. If I don't list something, that will be also a problem. So I don't want to get in trouble as it's fine. So basically, this is one question where every academy got it wrong as far as the most famous academies, because some maybe they got it right, but most of the academies. Because the first statement, like no, everyone knows that, like no, it does not define. The second statement, Constitution of India provides for judicial review. Yes, directly, indirectly it provides Article 13. There is no mentioning of the word. They don't mention the word define. To safeguard the citizens' liberties and to preserve the ideals on which the Constitution is based. Now, now people are giving different interpretations. But when you look into first instance, after again kind of all those things, everyone got it kind of second to be correct, but UPSC thought otherwise. The simple crux of the point is that when such questions are asked, whatever your heart says, mind says for the first time, go for it. Don't think beyond which. This is none. This is not in even your hands also, my hands also. No one can be blamed for this one. As such in the first question, no. Remember the 74th Amendment? So in the questions every at least 1 or 2 years, like they used to ask these kind of questions. In the questions, ரொம்ப careful. And mostly in the trap questions, where it exactly two statements. Chief Secretary question. Here it is also. So on the two statement questions, like any kind of like no doubt you have it, better leave it. All right. So this is one thing. So add the next one. This is basically a sociology question, but still like no. A. Okay. Bureaucracy. What is bureaucracy? Easy, easy, easy. Good. Preamble is very good. It's again a straightforward question. Study from Lakshmi Kant notes, whatever it is. All right. Fine. 18. Question number 18. Two and three. Good. Easy. 2 and 3. Next question. Next question. Why first is wrong? A person who is eligible to vote can be made as a minister. No, a person who is eligible to vote is 21. But if you want to become a member, you should be MP. How many? 25. And that is the reason the first is wrong. Okay, not everyone who is eligible to vote, he should be having the qualifications to become a MP also. Second statement is wrong. He is not disqualified permanently, only for 6 years after the period of release. Recently in the case of Rahul Gandhi. 20. What is the answer? 1 and 3 only. Why second is wrong? Because Constitution mentions that between two sessions there should not be more than 6 months. It is not about, they never mention about number of sessions, the name of the sessions, nothing is there. And there is no minimum number of days also. Only one thing is that like between two sessions there should not be more than 6 months. Okay, fine. Next one, 2021. Next. Adutha. Quickly. We adopted a parliamentary democracy based on British model, but how does it differ from our model? British Parliament is supreme. India, it is limited. Yes, correct. In India, there is a review of the laws by the Supreme Court, but in UK, it is not there. Yes or no? Yes. So both. See here, what people may know, people started comparing, sir, not every question is sent to the Constitution bench. But here the question is not about like no judicial review is done by the Constitutional bench or not. Here the question is about India, we have a judicial review. UK, we don't have it. Yes, because UK, it is parliamentary sovereign. There is no judicial review. Only in the case of USA and India, we have it. Okay, next one, 78. This is a question like no, which you shouldn't study. Means you should not have answered it. As I said, no, this question was so tough. Even I don't know why UPSC asked like deliberately, because a lot many people in mock test, no, they used to ask, sir, if the question is not to be answered, why you ask such questions? For those people, I'll point out this question. All right. So we are asking questions that UPSC will also ask like questions. You should not have the temptation to answer that. That is the only logic as such, fine. Because I'm fed up with answering all these doubts. Every time people ask that, oh, sir, why you're asking such questions again? Right to privacy article? Easy. Paranga, in the question so tough. The next question so easy. Do psychological play na, UPSC. You are disturbing your mind, thinking, wasting time, again coming back. Again, subsequently the questions will be different. Paranga. 79 easy, happy, very happy. அடுத்த question. Devi Lala. Who is Devi Lala? I never heard of Devi Lala. Such fine. So what exactly could be possibility? This is one question of the last 12 years. This question is the one which is kind of removed from UPSC. Not removed from UPSC means it's not part of the answer evaluation. Dropped. UPSC gives you a kind of things. So in the question, in the year question 21 yeah. 21 was the first time the number of items dropped in the column and the question number another. All right. So for the first time in last 12 years, this was the question which is dropped as such. Fine. Again, the reason so this question, the statement is as such like no. See, actually you can eliminate this option. If you eliminate panna, so first statement is there is no law restricting. There is a law. RPA says how many constituencies you can kind of compete. 2. So first statement is wrong. So the answer must be 2 and 3 only. Third is also correct actually. So the third is wrong. As per the existing rules, if a candidate contests in more than one constituency, his party should bear the cost of by-elections. So Modi won in Vadodara also, Varanasi also. He vacated Vadodara. But BJP did not spend on Vadodara re-election, by-election. But this is the proposal of Election Commission for a very long time, but it is not accepted. So third is wrong. First is also wrong. Third is also wrong. Going by that, answer should be 2 only. But actually, they will have contested more than 3. So UPSC itself got it wrong. That is the reason it is dropped. Got it? Fine. A judicial custody question based on the current affairs pass so many times. It's not based on current affairs, even NCRT. What is the answer for this one? What is it, people? Quickly. Answer is B, because judicial custody means in jail only. All right, it is given as will passage because the custody it's mentioned in 8th standard NCRT, and that is the reason why I used to take in the class also. All right, but why not take about parole? Because parole question, this question we expect you to answer. Even if you don't answer it, is fine. For those people who have attempted this one, it is completely wrong. Parole is a very technical concept, but based on which some questions been asked in the pre-storming or pre-fit lekoda, and people still attended. I don't know why. You should not answer all these questions. Custody question you have to answer. Cognizable things you have to answer because very frequently news it is mentioned in NCRT also. So those things, concepts which is mentioned in NCRT, you have to. 83, the answer is B. Okay. So parole, bail is a matter of, sorry, not judicial custody, like no, it is there, like no, bail is also bailable offense, it's a matter of right. A non-bailable offense, it is a kind of discretion, but parole is not. Parole is not a matter of right. Sorry. 84. Nodal agency for implementation of Forest Rights Act. Forest Rights Act is about not about forest, it's about answer is D, easy. 85, kind of tricky question, but still you can answer it, no? Uncontrolled. The key word is uncontrolled discretionary power. Uncontrolled discretionary power means arbitrariness. Arbitrariness is violation of equality. Equality and arbitrariness are enemies. Where there is arbitrariness, there won't be any equality. This is also because a lot many people wrote Article 32 as an answer. Kind of tricky, but not so tough. Again, federal character, quickly. Essential feature, huh? Independence of judiciary is safeguarded. Good, easy. Definition of the state. We have discussed that. Answer is A. Because in all other things, what? Sovereignty is not there. Here, territory is there, population is there. What are the elements of state? Population, sovereignty, government, and sovereignty. So here there is sovereignty, right? Independent. Okay, this is called as sovereignty. But here there is no sovereignty. Here there is no sovereignty. Here there is no sovereignty. That is the reason why. With reference to judiciary, what is the answer here? This is also a question like no UPSC gave a wrong answer. Sorry, we gave a wrong answer. Second statement is correct or wrong? Second statement is wrong, UPSC said, because actually both have like no the power to review. Supreme Court also have the power to review its own judgment. We are not speaking about judicial review, reviewing its own judgment. But what happens is that Supreme Court has its power derived from Constitution. The High Court has its power derived from CPC, CRPC. It is not mentioned then. Next the question, sir, it is not given in Constitution as such, right? They doubt but UPSC say no, this is what. So please, in the questions, two statement questions, when there is lack of clarity, leave it as is fine. This question 89. There is only one citizenship and one domicile. Answer is why? Because anyone who is a citizen can become a head of the state. Okay. And third statement is wrong because it can be deprived on certain grounds. One domicile means only one permanent resident. You can reside in different places, but permanent address is only one. What is 90? Here also kind of tough question, people. Lot many people made a mistake. Answer is separation of powers. Committed judiciary and another. What is the meaning of committed judiciary? A judiciary which is kind of like going on the lines of government. Now, why they ask this committed judiciary? Where it is mentioned? You know that? If I say it is mentioned, like where is this? NCRT. In NCRT. It's there in NCRT. Committed thing. 11th let is there. It's there. And that is the reason in pre-storming also I asked them to include one thing later to that. Fine, 91. Under the constitution, like conservation of wealth violates. Easy. Prevention of conservation of wealth in the hands of few people. Article 39. இதுப்பா அது 39C option இங்க B. நீங்க option தான் B சொல்றீங்கன்னு நினைச்சேன். I thought. Okay, அது 13C, the prevention of conservation of wealth in the hands of few people. Sorry. What is the position of right to property? Article 3 in a day. Legal right available to any person. Previously it was what? A fundamental right available to only citizens. What was the exact constitutional status? Sovereign. Lot of people wrote this, but some people, especially law students, actually avanga enna pannanga like they kind of see some people D also, because Indian constitution was still secular, right? But the question is still confusing. If the question is what was the exact status of preamble, kanna modi telidilla. Okay, it's blindly you can kind of write the answer to be B. But the question the students ask, sir, was Indian constitution not secular in 1950? Was Indian constitution not secular? It was secular. It was secular. Then why the answer, sir, UPSC gave? When UPSC gives, there is no review for that. All right. So this is what constitutional government. Next question, easy. Third time, last 8 years, the third time they're asking this question. Answer is DD for Delhi. And this is the one question like deliberately they've asked to insult Lakshmikant. Because in Lakshmikant the statement would be otherwise. Remember? In the class I have said. So what is the answer for this one? You go and see this question number 96 of in the year 2021 and see in Lakshmikant. They would have deliberately taken that statement in Lakshmikant and they would have given otherwise, because in Lakshmikant there is a wrong mistake that. So this question is taken by someone like no who doesn't like Lakshmikant, but not me, not me. Fine. So this is what. So answer all these actually like you can see the official website. So what is the answer for the official answer? Answer is C. Answer is C. All the incorrect answers. Fine. This is for 3 years. 3 maximum 3. It was suspended twice. It is not a title under Article 18. 22 quickly. People have given 22 quickly. அதுக்கப்புறம் அனாலிசிஸ் பண்ணணும்ப்பா. கொஸ்டின்ஸே இப்பதான் முடிச்சிருக்கோம். அனாலிசிஸ் ஒரு half an hour ஆகுமே. குயிக்கா. யாருக்கெல்லாம் சீக்கிரம் வீட்டுக்கு போகணும் லைக் நோ லஞ்ச் மிஸ். For those people who can move, other people could kindly stay. Other people can watch it in the YouTube. Like I don't want to kind of restrict because soru mukkiyam. Put this all it. Sorry. 11th one. So what is the answer? Like no, I'll quickly write it. So you can official answer la one less, so we'll go for it. In a 2022, the key will come after the results only. So first statement is correct or wrong? I don't know, but the third statement is wrong, no? So elimination of third statement. So it must be 1, 2, and 4. So 4 is correct or wrong? Parliament is vested with the powers. Yes, Parliament has made what law? Contempt of Court Act 1971. 1971. So that is the reason why answer is, what is the answer? B for Bombay. B for Bombay is correct. This is very short. And this is a tricky question, people. We have to wait for UPSC. Because as I said, like no, I still remember, like no, today, like no, lot many people have given a lot of interpretation, including our academy. But don't go for it because I have asked my friends also. Even I am confused because the terminologies here they mention corporate lawyers. Okay, so for those people who have given last year examination, if you have attended this one, this is wrong. You should not have attended. It's a trap. All right. Last year parole question, this year. I mean, last year parole question, last year this question. Question number 13 is easy. What is the answer for this one? We have already seen that. We have already seen this one. A bill amending constitution does not require, no? So first statement is wrong. Nale. Answer is very easy based on the mock test also. Question number 13, the answer is B for Bombay. Question number 14. The Constitution of India classifies the ministers into 4 categories. No, Constitution doesn't mention about the categories. It is based on the Salary Act. All right, salaries of the ministers. So first statement is wrong. Second statement, maximum should not exceed 15% of the members of Lok Sabha, including PMS, or no? Yes, correct. So even for states also same, except for the Union Territory of Delhi, which is 10%. So answer is first one wrong, second one is correct. It should be exclusive powers of Lok Sabha. What is it? Second, 2 only. Very easy. Attorney General, so SG, or the officers who are allowed to participate. Question number 17. One is wrong. Only Attorney General, not the Solicitor General. According to Constitution, Attorney General submits a resignation. Constitution doesn't say anything about like no whom he has to submit. Abdiya. Constitution doesn't say that whom the Attorney General should submit. Yes or no? It says to whom? President. But here the question is what? Attorney General, when he will kind of submit. Is it mentioned? No, it is not mentioned. But it is a usual convention that once there is a change of government, the Attorney General also will. Simple. Attorney General can stay as long as there is a pleasure of President means pleasure of the government. But when the government changes automatically, they can change. That is the reason why resignation. It's not there. Second statement is wrong. It is not mentioned in the Constitution. It is a convention. The mandamus question also like bit of tricky, but still the answer is what? It's a kind of moderate to difficult question. So first of all, mandamus will be against private organization. Yes, if there is a public duty. When there is a public duty, there has to be mandate. Okay, so first one will be correct. So second one, will not lie against a company even though it may be a government company. It's wrong. What about the third statement? 3 is correct. As a co-warrant as in the case on the public office, public duty, what you have. But why second is wrong? Only if it carries out a public duty. Only if it is carries out a public duty. Okay, fine. What about the speakers thing? Already we have discussed. What is the answer, pa? Fourth is wrong. Fourth is wrong. Second, 1, 2, and 3 answer. 1, 2, and 3 then. Second is wrong, yeah. Second is wrong. No answer in the 1 and 3. Yes, 1 and 3. Idu wrong. Seriya? Okay, what about this question? If a particular area is brought under 5th schedule. Very easy questions. Okay, fine. Okay, now I'll answer the questions also. People online, like, no, so many people have asked the questions. Now the analysis. Okay. So what you're supposed to do, I'll tell you. See, first of all, distribution of questions. So how the questions are distributed, I'll tell you. So initially the questions were like this, people. If you first questions random. 11th question polity, 33 question, 34 question. So in the Mari, like, no, it is in 2011, and this is in 2013, 14, and all again, like, no, so you see randomly distributed, like, no. So for those people who think that, like, no, questions will be on a specific order, don't get disappointed. Questions won't be in a specific order. First of all these questions, you can see that, like, no, it's kind of very randomly scatteredly done. These are the distribution. Second question, 7th, 27, 37. All right. Like, no, some people, like, no, history option, people will think that first of all I'll go to the history option and then I'll go and share it. The search time. So please don't have that mentality. Some people have it. So that is the reason I've taken this one. But off late, but they have done it. If after 2000 kind of last in the year, only in 2021 and 22 they made it like this one. Or a set of questions. But before that, it used to be very much scattered. If it is like this, sometimes you might be lucky also, but sometimes it will demoralize you also. Assume that the first time, the subject you hate the most, because I don't want to name any subject, assume that you're hating any subject. Hopefully it should not be polity. Now in that case, what happens, like, no, so you're getting the first series A or B, your first 10 questions on the subject. That will completely, it will disturb you. But always keep in mind, there is always a better future, better tomorrow. Next week it will be good. So wait for it, hope for it. All right, so this is something you have to learn. So questions will be scattered. Last 2 years only this pattern, people. Before that, it used to be very much scattered. 2000, this is 2016 question, not 17. 2016, only 5 questions. Suddenly for next year, there were 5 questions last year. This year, suddenly 22 questions maximum. So this sort of a thing also, equation changes. So hopefully in the time polity, they might ask even 5 questions also, 15 questions also. And how the questions could be. Okay, fine. Next, I'll tell you, like, no, how you have to kind of see those questions. Now, I'll give you a list of topics how you should prepare. Like, no, you make a note of these topics, people. So how many number of questions, like, no, have you written it already? How many number of questions were asked? Have you? So just list down the questions, like, no, generally how many number of questions, like, no, cross check with it. So 2011 there was 11 questions, polity questions. 2012 it was 19. That includes partly governance also, some overlapping questions also, not exclusively polity. Okay, 2011 11 questions, 2012 it is 19, 19. 2013 it is 18. 2014 it was 12. 2015 it was 14. And 2016 it was what? 2015 I said no. 2015 is 14, and 2015 16 is 5, and 2017 is 22. 18 it's 14. 19 also 14. 20 it is 16. 21 it is 18. 22 it is 10. I'll repeat the, you see the pattern, like 11, 19, 18, 12, 14, 5, 22, 14, 14, 16, 18, 10. So how much this could be this year could be, let it be like whatever it is. But I'll tell you one simple thing, here it is. Now whatever the questions can be, every time the questions could be easy or tough based on what? In the questions we have seen that, right? If last year, for those people like, here are those people who have kind of answered, I mean who have attended, kindly tell me like, which is kind of easy for you, which is difficult for you. Last year in India. Now was this question easy or difficult? It was an easy question. Medium சொல்ல முடியாது, ஏன்னா ஒரே ஆப்ஷன்ல you can eliminate it. ஒரு strong statement eliminated. First, easy question. So how the graph will be? இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு ECG மாதிரி போட்டு பார்ப்போம், like how the lines go. So first வந்து easy question, high. All right. அடுத்த question. Suddenly, if I'll tell you like how exactly it works as it's fine. If normally you also take it, people. And then the questions மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க. 2000 you have written it, right? 2022. Wait, I'll show it you. So how it will be, your mindset mentality will be அப்படிங்கிறது. So first question on the, it started from, if this is the line, say moderate, this is this is easy, this is moderate, this is say difficult. So first question was like what? Easy. The second question was what? It's just kind of difficult question, certainly a difficult question. So suddenly again a difficult question. Next part, easy. This is again an easy question, again it goes through. Next. Easy or tougher? Medium. It's easy. It's an easy question, because why I say it's an easy question, because we have written in the notes also, you have studied in Lakshmikant also. All right. Again, it is an easy question. Next. Easy questions. Easy. Next two questions, easy. Next. It's kind of medium, I can keep it. It's a kind of medium, I can keep it. All right, so this is a kind of a medium question. All right, this is a medium question. After that, like they've come here as it's fine. Next, speaker question. Like, was there any doubt as it's fine? Any people had a doubt in that? All right, so mostly it can be like, it can be called as again easy, and last is also easy. So definitely, idu or graph illaya. So most of the questions definitely will be easy only. You take the questions, 2015 questions. I'll show that also. You take this 2015 questions. How many of you got it wrong, right? You only know that. So you only know that, like, how many of your questions you got it right. Which question was easy, people? Which question was tough? You tell me. Wait. Tell me. So first question was easier, tough, Papa? This question was easier, tough? I don't know. You tell me how you felt it. The moderator. Easy. Okay, fine. I'll write it. Okay, first it was easy. At the next question. Next question was about what? Easy, yeah. Hey. Class. No, this was a difficult question, because as I said, it is not taught in the class also. I did not teach. Maybe other people, other academies would have taught it, but I did not teach it, and it is not there in Lakshmikant also. So that is the reason why I keep it difficult. And third question, gram nihilist also, it's kind of medium as such, like, because of the first statement, like, you can kind of, there is a logic, you can kind of answer it, but still medium to difficult only. This question number 95 in 100. Maybe like, you can keep it as this as medium, and then another easy as. Okay, this is how it will be as it's fine. So none of these questions in each subject will be in a proper standard format. One question will be very difficult, one question. So accept that and leave the questions. Even if you belong to geography optional, so if some geography questions are like no tough, accept and leave it. It's not just for me, it is really tough for everyone. So your success lies in leaving this question and answering these questions. This is the first key thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, now apart from that, like no, where you have to focus, what is the topic wise breakup? I'll tell you. Write on the topic wise breakup quickly. What is the topic wise breakup? So I've kind of made some how many topics I've made? I just made let a minute. Okay, some 20 topics or 21 topics. Okay, first topic is historical evolution. Historical evolution. So approximately how many questions were asked in the last 12 years? 12 years means from 2011 to 2022. Okay, 2 questions, just 2 questions. So that means it is one of the least important. So it's have an overlapping with geography, sorry, history. So what is the source? Only one source, Lakshmikant alone, factual, purely factual. Secondly, very importantly, 12th standard NCERT. If you want to revise only, you have to revise. Don't read it now. This is only for revision people. Now don't go and read it. Maybe for next year you can keep it. If you have not already read, please don't read it. If you already read 12th standard history, theme number 3, first chapter, framing of the constitution. Framing of the constitution. Sorry. Second, historical evolution done. Second chapter, I've kept it as basics of polity. Basics, just basics, not basic structure, basics. This basics I've included what? Right to next, federalism, parliamentary form of government. This is something you have studied as salient features, no? And the salient features now I've given as basics. Mukima, especially parliamentary form of government, federalism, and other basics include last time, like I said, no custody question. This say they asked no about advocates, other things, some things like miscellaneous topics. But mostly you have to focus on 2 things: federalism and parliamentary form of government, very frequently asked. Okay, how many questions did I say? 16 questions. 16 questions. What is the source now? Your class notes, NCERT, and Lakshmikant. Third. These questions will be mostly based on your understanding on the democracy's superior virtue lies in the fact, liberty question. It's part of this one. You have to, especially the political theory book, you have to, and of course current affairs. Lakshmikant, you keep it as last, as fine. Next one, preamble. Next heading is chapter is preamble. Eight questions. Of course, there is an overlapping, but okay. And the 8 questions, how they asked so where you have to study. If you have notes, like no, so for us, like no students of Shankar, like no, we have notes, like no, if not, like no, study Lakshmikant. Because preamble, there is no dedicated chapter in NCERT. If class notes, you can follow class notes, and then like no Lakshmikant and NCERT, because there is no such kind of. Next chapter is union. Sanjay, it's online lirkapa. Next chapter is union. Union and its territory. Union and its territory. Not even one question. Very simple topic. Not even one question. That you can kind of refer to Lakshmikant. That's fine. Class notes and Lakshmikant. That will be fine. And if people wanted to, you can kind of go for NCERT again. NCERT, especially 11th standard, not 11th standard, 12th standard. Politics in India since independence. Politics in India since independence, first chapter. That you will be studying in this post-independence consolidation also. How the states joined, state reorganization. Either later only they can ask in the first thing. Next heading, chapter number 5. Historical evolution, basics, preamble, union, citizenship. So last 12 years, only one question, and that too because of CAA, but not related to CAA. Very simple question, just only one question. So for citizenship, okay, Lakshmikant, for citizenship, Lakshmikant, and what you should not read it is the dates. Okay, which they entered, so what should be date and the qualifications, whether the mother or father should be there or not, all these things not required. So concentrate on that, whenever from the union chapter, whatever you read it, have the barrack with you, cross check with the barrack. If it is there in the barrack, give first importance. If not, leave it. Citizenship, you can kind of skip all those things and all. Fine. Next one, fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, this is one chapter which is more important in mains rather than prelims. 13 questions. Primarily NCERT. Notes NCERT, especially two chapters in NCERT, 9th standard democratic states chapter and 11th standard rights. Political theory also there is a rights chapter. 11th standard two textbooks. Political theory book rights chapter is there. ICW also rights chapter is there. These three chapters, as well as Lakshmikant, if you want, you can study that. But mostly based on current affairs. Remember Hadia's case, Puttaswamy's case, mostly based on current affairs, they'll be asking it. Sorry. At the DPSP, next is DPSP, 14 questions. DPSP is 14 questions. Again, the same order. NCERT, Lakshmikant, you can keep it. Next is fundamental duties. Lakshmikant and by heart the Barrett, all the 11 duties by hearted. Very easy. Nothing more than that. Lakshmikant will be suffice for that. But some questions are asked. Remember that correlation. That's a tricky question based on understanding from NCERT. All right, fine. How many questions are questions? 4 questions. On a 4 may already easy, 2 was tough. 2 very easy. 4 questions only. Amendment. Amendment also 4 questions. Lakshmikant, 11th standard la Constitution as a living document. 11th standard ICW, Constitution as a living document. Constitution as a living document. Sorry, next. Legislature, very important. In fact, the more legislature means includes union legislature also, state legislature also. Do a comparative study. Study parliament, all the chapters, then state legislature. 32 questions. 32 questions. That is the reason why we spend more time in learning that in the class also. 32 questions in prelims. Mains also equally important, more than half. Okay. For people of Shankar, class notes will be more than suffice. Give importance to. So whenever you're studying legislature, class notes, barrack, then NCERT. NCERT you have no legislature chapter 9th standard also, 11th standard also. At last only Lakshmikant. Other points in Lakshmikant, very optional only. Unless you study this one, you don't study for it. Okay. Next, executive. Executive includes whom? President. 17 questions. Prime Minister, President, Vice President and all. 17 questions. Are they same format? Whatever you study for legislature, same format only. Our class notes, same. Judiciary, 14 questions. Again, the same notes, NCERT, Lakshmikant. There is a chapter in 11th standard and also 9th standard also. Center state relations. Center state relations. Next study. 4 questions. Mostly questions will be from legislative relations. When can Parliament can make a law in the state list, other things and all. Mostly in that. Exceptionally in financial relations and the sales tax and all. Okay, only 4 questions, not many. But study about interstate council and the 262 river valley systems and all. Next is local self-government. Only 5 questions. But local self-government prior to 2010, so many questions they used to ask it. But after 2010, very less only. But they're asking questions in mains. Okay, 4 questions. This you keep Lakshmikant. First priority Lakshmikant. Then NCERT. Local self-government, Lakshmikant, then NCERT. NCERT also there is a dedicated chapter. Study those committees. In local self-government, every committee is not required. If you study, that will be good for like no other public service commission examinations also. But for prelims, much you better avoid it. Not much. But some committees have been mentioned in NCERT. Kindly go through that. Okay. Next chapter is elections. So direct questions about elections, they've asked only 4 questions. Election chapter, NCERT is also, you write study first, 11th standard, election chapter first. Then you study Lakshmikant. First priority to BAR Act. First priority to BAR Act provisions. Okay, at the emergency, just 2 questions. Just Lakshmikant will be fine. So what you're supposed to study in Lakshmikant, emergency, what is the period? Within how much time it has to be approved? Who can approve? Who has to approve? Who can revoke? All those things. What are the amendments made in 44th? Next is UTs, Union Territories. Not even 1 question as of now. No direct questions. But they've asked questions in mains, okay? UT is again Lakshmikant with BAR Act. Sorry, next, special status. Special status and Schedule 5 and Schedule 6. Special status and Schedule 5, Schedule 6. Special status and another 370, 371, all those things and all. And Schedule 5, Schedule 6. How many questions in total? Very frequently asked is Schedule 5 only, 5 questions. Lakshmikant will be fine. 5 questions. Bodies, constitutional bodies and statutory bodies. 7 questions. Mostly focused on Finance Commission. Mostly focused on Finance Commission. Constitutional bodies. So source is what? Lakshmikant. That is also like now very clearly given. Lakshmikant with BAR Act will be fine. Comparative Constitution. 2 questions. What is the source? There is no such kind of source. Whatever you study in NCERT, you will be able to do that. No need to study separately anything as such comparatively. Rights issues. If you take rights issues separately, almost some 7 questions, which I have not discussed some of the questions. Like no, so that is based on the rights, consumer rights, human rights, green environment rights, all these questions it can be. There is an overlapping. So there is a mixture of questions also. Some 10 questions, one statement they'll ask from legislature, one statement they'll ask from executive. Okay. So this is how. So how many topics in total, people? 21. All right, fine. So now what happens? So give priority to these, I mean, which are the questions which is most asked. Okay, fine. Next, what is like 2 things you have to do before studying after the examination hall, what you're supposed to do. With this, I'll wind up today. All right. So first, next 1 week of preparation, scheme of preparation is what? Every day, dedicate 1 day for 1 subject before the next mock test. So from morning till afternoon, first previous question paper, next whatever the tests which you already taken, pre-storming, pre-fit or whatever the things, Revise that questions only. Evening, wherever you made a mistake, like all those things, you take your notes, standard textbook, which is referred by your concerned faculty, go through that. This is your routine practice. Number 2, don't study anything new. All right, enough is enough. Let it be. No, don't study anything new. Number 3, keep your biological clock perfect. From now on, no night makeup. All right, 9:30 to 11:30 every single day. 2:30 4:30. You have to refer only to questions. Preferably afternoon, if you want to take all those questions CSAT, you can take it. If not, at least polity related or subjects, like the respective subjects. So every day from today till 28th, 9:30 to 11:30, don't sleep, don't sit idle. Prepare your clock, biological clock. 9:30 nale I have to answer it, because your mind will be sharp. You'll know the difference. Definitely, definitely you will tell after the examination, it was very good. It definitely works. All right. So please try that. Number 3. Next, 4th, try to attend the test as like if you're kind of at home also, switch off the phone for the night, that 2 hours. Okay, morning, whatever it is important, please don't do that. Keep, if you're in the home, have a separate room. If it is in the home, it is just coming to study hall or come to our academy, whatever it is. I'll ask them to kind of leave, you can kind of study. They won't be kind of opposing. So please do that. This is what. Sorry, after studying, examination hall, what are things you should not do? You should do, I'll tell you. The first things, before next week, kindly go and see the school. In a school, government school, rendu school irukum, so that'll be confusing. Often, people used to kind of jump from one school to another school. Recently, in the NEET also, one girl kind of went to a wrong school. Police, they kind of dropped in their car, but that won't happen to us. UPSC aspirant, I would have happened, because once it happened to me, but I was not so late. It happened in Delhi, but not everyone is so good enough to kind of do this one. All right, first one. Second, all right, go to the examination hall or half an hour before. Preferably go with your parents. Because some people are laughing. I don't know what is the reason why they're laughing as such. All right, go with your parents. I said why I said so basically you can take your food also. And definitely when your parents are there, they'll make you kind of calm and not to be tensed. Because if your friends you start discussing the questions. That is the reason. That is the only thing. Okay. And in the examination hall, one more thing, expect the worst possible invigilator. Worst possible invigilator, worst possible classroom. The tables will be kind of not so good. Fan work fan won't be working. Expect the worst, because it will happen sometimes. Sometimes you may be lucky, you'll get the best of the infrastructure, best of the invigilator also. I even told you once in the class also, one of the invigilator came this was a similar getup I made. I've given a different picture but I shaved my head and then went in UPSC. Then the invigilator started looking here no, is it not, this is not you, this is not you. Second time she made it, and suddenly the squad came and they also saw that. I got really disturbed. For 2 minutes I went to Dhyana, what to do, meditation. Then that invigilator came and said that no, sorry pa, sorry, what is sorry, no. So no one has come to kind of write here, right? Okay, only I came, no, as a name like Karthikeyan, only I came, right? So why you want to disturb me? Just give me 1 hour, right? After the first year is over, after the first paper is over, I'll kind of hand over to you my ID. If you're not happy, you can give a complaint. Please don't disturb me. Then she got me some water and all, I said. Then I said, okay, it's fine, ma'am. So I've already written. That time it was 2016 or 17, I remember. It was near to Kilpak only here. Then I said, see, ma'am, so I already given examination. I've already failed also. I know that. But if you do this to a fresher, no, what will happen to him? So he'll get panic as such. No, please do understand. And sometimes, some invigilator, he'll be very strict. He'll never kind of give up before the bell ringing, and he'll kind of immediately before that, all those strict officers will be there, right? So they'll kind of collect it. Some people will be very liberal. It all will happen. All those mixture of things will happen, pa. So always be prepared for the worst. And definitely when you are kind of posted in anywhere in the North Chennai and all, definitely there are going to be sound from church, mosque and temples. Definitely people will be playing in the nearby ground. There will be death also, marriage also. Any function will happen. All sort of sounds will happen. So be prepared. And why I say you have to take the parents, because you can give your key, you can give your mobile if you take it. And don't think that you can take Ola, Uber, or any other things on that day. That will be waste of time. You won't be getting it. So better hire a taxi for the whole day. And in between that gap, what you should do, like, no, have a light food, very light food. It's good. You take curd rice on, it's good, very little. All right. And don't discuss as such, like, no, kandipa tempt panno, please don't discuss. It will kind of, most of the people fail in the exam not because of the tough question CSAT 2, because of you keep discussing, your mind is mentally disturbed. So that is one request. I'm keep on saying that. I know some of my students, like, last year, like our students here, like, who got 120, but they got fail in paper 2. So please take paper 2 also seriously. All right. And any other thing, paper shading and all, like, you do that. Don't take this ink whiteners. All right. Don't take erasers and all. If one thing goes wrong, let it be. Don't get panic. Okay, 5 question, another question wrong. Avladhan. Don't try to erase it. Don't try to use the whiteness and all. It will spoil the paper also. It will spoil. Everything will spoil. Some people give that idea. So, like, blade blade, like, they'll try to remove that and all. That's all nonsense. One question tappa neenga tappa potten nenichukanga. That is what the excitement I said, no. So this will happen epo in the level theriyuma. This is where it happens. Or tough question, romba think panni 1 minute. So more than 1 minute you skip this question. Don't come for the second one also. Mostly it is wrong. If the next or easy question, suddenly you'll be having or easy question. You take it correct, but shading, mostly it will go wrong. So this is where, this phase is where you have to be very careful. All right. Another sort of calm and composure is very important. Throughout the examination, maintain this calmness. If possible, do a meditation, like, before that 1 week and all. Last time, like, or sir came, was like, director of the academy, like, police academy director, so she also said that is very true. Do meditation, do that will be good. And once after the exam gets over, also don't go look out for the key. 2 days to take, be enjoy, be happy, because you have put your 1.5 years effort, 2.5 years effort. All right, be happy. Never look into the key, because 3 days ago the keys and all, like, the exact key, proper key will take at least 2 to 3 days. Take break for 3 to 4 days, because you have put your effort, right? Be happy. Nothing is in your hands right now. Then after 3 days, when the UPSC key comes, you can come to the academy, you can discuss it. And if you are, say, some 10 to 15% less than the anticipated cutoff alone, you can kind of start. If you're more than that, it is very well. But even if you're less than 10% of the cutoff, say for instance 90 and you got only 18, still you can go for it. Okay, I know a lot of people regret that, like, no, sir, I haven't prepared, started, like, no, suddenly result was unexpected, I cleared, I don't know what to do. Now I also can't do anything, because you already wasted 20 days. That you should not do. Because UPSC key also, I said, no, sometimes it is a variation. One key variation, it makes a huge difference as such. And that too, very ambiguous questions are asking. So there is a change also. All right. So go with confidence. So if you are kind of an atheist, okay, you believe in your parents, fine. If you are non-atheist, like, if you believe in God, like, no, so have faith in your parents, have faith in your God, have faith in us also. All right. So you have studied, you have put the effort. See, we have taught for, like, no, so many people, like, at least you came, I don't know for what reasons, like, so many people skip, some people are online in hundreds. For all those people who have faith in me, who have faith with the parents and the God, whatever it is, have faith in UPSC also. If you studied, UPSC will definitely take you. But never blame UPSC for your failures. That's fine. All right, whatever it is. So we'll meet on next mock test also. I'll come, and then after that we'll kind of meet as is fine. All right. So thank you everyone. And lastly, one more thing. This other CAPF, actually I have taken this, but I don't have time today. I won't be able to have it. So if possible, and the CAPF questions are there in online, it is there in Disha publications or, like, no other Harian publications. You can get it. You solve that also if you have time. Up once you do this one, that will be also good. Nare UPSC, like UPSC CAPF, NDA, CDS, upon the steno examinations, like, so you just go through that. All right. So that's it, people. This is what I want to convey, like, no, because you should not be shattered by seeing yesterday's question paper, and yesterday's polity was very tough passage. That is the reason why. All right. Thank you everyone. We'll see. And whatever doubts, like, no, I'll clear right now. Like, people online, like, no, recording stop பண்ணிருங்க, doubt clear பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.